welcome you to Petco Park in San Diego, where tonight the Padres return home to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. It's game one of a four-game series between the Brewers and the Padres. Well, Will Myers happy to be home here and happy to be facing Anderson tonight, who's on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's 4 for 7 against him with 2 doubles. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Donald Rosillo. We welcome back Mark Grant, and welcome to Padres Baseball. Tonight, the Padres and Brewers play game one. Luis Perdomo is on the mound tonight for the Padres, and he's still looking for that elusive first decision of the year.
Don, we always see Luis Perdomo from the center field camera angle. Well, I thought a little differently today. I wanted to go from the perspective of Austin Hedges. So what is Austin Hedges seeing when Luis Perdomo is on the hill and these last 3 starts when he's got the 2.5, still looking for his first win, that 2.5 ERA? He says he wants him to be aggressive, his demeanor on the mound. With each and every pitch, if he says he has his best changeup, his best slider, his best two-seamer, he knows that just by looking at him and his attitude, his demeanor on the mound, that he can be successful. If he gets a little tentative, that's when he starts to worry. So look for that demeanor on the mound. Says, you know what, I'm going to kick some tail tonight, each and every pitch from Luis Perdomo.
It's been a very good start for the Milwaukee Brewers. They're a game back of the Cardinals in the NL Central, and it's all about their offense.
Runs, and more runs. So the Padres pitching staff has really got their work cut out for them. Second in Major League in runs with 203. They've scored 54 runs the last 7 games. And you know what's a big key, Don, in the first inning? To shut down the Brewers in the first inning. They're outscoring their opponents 37-12 in the first inning. And another little nugget here, they've got 14, count them, 14 different Brewers with at least 1 home run. So they're spreading the wealth quite frequently for the Milwaukee Brewers. They got to just avoid the big innings tonight, throw out some goose eggs.
Now the Padres will try to calm down that offense tonight in game 1 of the series. How do the Padres control the Milwaukee Mashers? Andy Green gives us his thoughts when we come back. Bob Scanlon will join us right after this. To you by Petco, your complete pet store with all the services you need. By Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, proud sponsor of the San Diego Padres. Padres and Brewers, game 1 of 4. Before we get it started, let's send it down to the field and Bob Scanlon.
Well, thank you, Don. There's no question that this Brewer offense has surprised a lot of people so far this season. They're first in the league in home runs. They're second in runs scored. They're second in on-base plus slugging percentage. They're third in stolen bases. No matter how you cut it, they're a force that has to be reckoned with. And here's what Andy Green had to say about controlling their offense.
They're as good offenses anywhere in the league right now. I think them and the Nationals are the highest run-scoring team. I think they're the second highest OPS in the league. They run the bases as aggressively as any team, along with the Diamondbacks. This homestand is going to be a challenge for us to control the running game. There's a lot of power, patience, there's walks. It's kind of offense that you want to build here in San Diego.
Okay, so there's no question that they are a powerhouse that has to be dealt with. But here's the good news. They're 8th in batting average. That's pretty normal. Second most strikeouts in all of Major League Baseball. And when you get ahead of them, they bat a .192. Sure, when you fall behind, they hit .342. But the point is, they're human. They're mortal. Luis Perdomo has to make his pitches, and he can get them out. Just don't fall behind in the count and put them in the king position. Can he cool down the Brewers? We're going to find out. Luis Perdomo versus Chase Anderson. Padres, Brewers first pitch coming up here next on Fox Sports San Diego.
And it's good for strike 3. Badly fooled on that pitch, and he strikes out. And that's now 10 in a row retired by Perdomo.
And I believe we just witnessed our first uno dos adios.
Luis Perdomo and the Padres getting ready as Perdomo and the Padres head onto the field tonight in San Diego after a road trip that took them to Texas and to Chicago. Very happy to be back here in San Diego again. Well, it is time now for our weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 60 degrees, we get it started, and cloud covered. Southwest breeze at 11 miles per hour, and some ominous clouds up over Petco Park as we get it started. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you as we start this 4-game series. Craig Counsell's Milwaukee Brewers have been somewhat of a surprise coming in here, and they are hitting on all cylinders. We check out their starting lineup with Jonathan Villar at the top of the order, and at second base, Eric Sogard, formerly in the Padres organization. At shortstop, Hernan Perez is at third base with Jesus Aguilar at first base, Domingo Santana in right, Nick Franklin in left with Jeff Bandy doing the catching. Keon Broxton in center field bats eighth, and Chase Anderson, the pitcher, batting out of the ninth spot with Perdomo ready to go here on the hill. And Jonathan Villar standing in. First pitch of the ball game, right back at Perdomo. He'll run a bit, flip underhanded for out number one. 1 pitch, 1 out for Luis Perdomo.
Well, the 23-year-old is making his 6th start. Feels like a good night to get win number 1 for Lewis. Contain the left-handers. Left-handers are hitting .409 off of Luis, and hey, use the grass early. We just witnessed this there. A grounder, a 1-hopper back to Perdomo for the first out.
1 down here in the first inning brings up Eric Sogard. Got as high as Double-A in the Padres organization before being traded off to the Oakland A's. Came up in the big leagues with the A's, a part of the Kevin Kuzminoff deal. And a pitch in there for a strike.
Boy, you're taking me way back.
Yeah.
With Kevin Kuzminoff. Had a great year at third base that one year with the Padres. Came in second with the Gold Glove in the voting.
Now Sogard, who had a good career with the Oakland A's, and he's always worn the glasses at the major league level. Getting the start at shortstop tonight for the Brew Crew. Here for 4 games. That's a high strike call at 93 for Perdomo.
You're going to have to keep an eye on the strike zone tonight. Adam Omari behind home plate, and there's a high strike on the outside part of the plate. That could work to the advantage of Luis Perdomo.
Omari behind the plate. Bill Miller, the crew chief, at first, with Ryan Blakeney at second, and Kerwin Danley is the umpire at third. Perdomo here with an even count of 2-2. He's pitched well, but does not have a record to show for it. He has no record.
It's really unbelievable if you think about it.
No wins, no losses, 4.13 earned run average coming in. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
I've had announcers come in our booth before the game and say, how does Luis Perdomo have no wins this year? Well, he's got some things to work on. Of course, lefties with the .409 average. We just saw a changeup. Darren Balsley working in between starts to try to sharpen the skills and the pitches and the mindset of Luis Perdomo. And I thought it was interesting what Austin Hedges said before the game. His demeanor on the mound. He's got to have that attitude that I'm going to get him with each and every pitch I throw. Not be tentative. If it's the 2-seamer, it's going to be the best 2-seamer. If it's the breaking ball, it's going to be the best breaking ball. And if it's the changeup, same mindset.
So throwing those pitches with conviction.
Yes.
Payoff pitch. And a fly ball headed towards center field. Manuel Margot backpedaling. Now coming in. 2 down here in the first inning. Let's check out the Padres defensively, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Left to right of the outfield, Alan Cordoba getting a start in left field. And Manuel Margot in center field, and Hunter Renfroe in right. Third to first, Ryan Schimpf. Eric Ibar. Corey Spangenberg getting his 2nd start this year at second base. Will Myers at first, and Austin Hedges doing the catching for Luis Perdomo. Spangenberg was battling for the second base job. It was his last year before he got injured to begin last season, and is battling for the third base job this year in spring training, and he's played all over. Second base, third base, left field, and very comfortable over there at second base, though.
It goes to show you, if you get hurt, obviously nobody has fun being hurt, and there are certain cases where you have to fight your way back, and that's exactly what Corey had to do. He got sent down to the minor leagues, tore it up at El Paso, and he finds himself back here at the big leagues.
Hernan Perez, the third baseman, 5 home runs on the year. On the outside corner for strike 3. Good start for Perdomo. Gets his first strikeout of the night. Enjoys a 1-2-3 first inning. The Padres are coming up from Petco. Right on that outside corner. Petco Park as the Padres are coming up. We check out their lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot will lead it off and in center field with Corey Spangenberg at second base. Will Myers at first base with Ryan Schimpf at third. Austin Hedges doing the catching and sliding up in the order, batting fifth with Eric Ibar, the shortstop. Hunter Renfroe is in right field. Alec Cordova batting out of the 8th spot with Luis Perdomo, number 9, and pitching. Looking for his first hit of the year as he comes in 0-for-6. And on the mound is Chase Anderson tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers. Has not had good luck lately.
No, the 29-year-old from Wichita Falls, Texas. He's got the tuned four-seamer, the changeup, curveball. Very rarely the cutter. Sometimes the slider is a little, it's a little cut action. And no deep starts lately. Last couple starts hasn't gotten through the 5th. So hopefully that's a good sign for the Padres here at home to get Chase Anderson early.
He started well. The overall numbers are pretty good. 2-0 with a 2.97 earned run average, and his 8th start of the year. First pitch to Margot is in there for strike one. He was the pitcher of the month in April for the Milwaukee Brewers. 2-0, the 2.10 ERA and 5 starts in April. May has not been his kind.
The fastball's been up when he gets hurt, but the changeup and curveball early has been really good for Anderson. He's thrown about 93. He's got to spot his fastball. And he'll do that. Go up out of the zone with the fastball by design.
Last time out he pitched against the Red Sox. Went 4 2/3, giving up 9 hits and 2 runs, but couldn't get out of the 5th, as you said. He threw a lot of pitches. 99, just shy of 100 in 4 2/3 when he was lifted from that game.
That's a heavy workload. And if the Padres can do that tonight, you get that pitch count up early. You get that one mistake in an at-bat, hopefully base runners, and get Anderson into that stretch early.
Margot not chasing. And a full count here to leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 1st inning. Swinging a foul tip for strike 3. 95-mile-an-hour fastball for the first out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. This time out, take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, we know that the Brewers are wearing out home plate, and no 1st inning runs for the Brewers. Got to keep them down. They did just that in their top half of the 1st. The Padres did a quality start for Luis Perdomo. Go 6 plus, 3 earned runs or fewer. Take your chances that way and walk away with a victory tonight.
Corey Spangenberg now waiting around, swinging at that first pitch. Popped up. The shortstop Sogard over by the line will make the catch. Right in front of the left fielder Nick Franklin. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 1st inning. As we look at the Brewers defensively tonight, left to right across the outfield, Nick Franklin, Keon Broxton, and Domingo Santana. Third to first, Hernan Perez, Eric Sogard, Jonathan Villar, and Jesus Aguilar. With Jeff Bandy doing the catching for Chase Anderson. 2 down for Will Myers.
Mentioned that 1st inning barrage of runs for the Brewers. 37-12 1st inning. The Brewers have outscored their opponents. Yeah, what do you know? Perdomo put a goose egg up there, so good for Luis Perdomo.
Fouled straight back for strike 1. Will Myers with 3 home runs while the Padres were on the road in Texas and in Chicago. And this one off Yu Darvish. One of the 3 that he enjoyed. The other 2 in Chicago. Myers jumping back out of the way of that fastball.
Good pitch by Anderson. If you know Will Myers, he gets extended. We saw that hanging breaking ball. We saw the pitch from Darvish. Where were they? Over the heart of the plate. He's going to try to mix it up both sides of the corners.
Looks like a pretty good pitch and framed there by Jeff Bandy, but called the ball.
And almost 40 innings now for Anderson. He's only given up 2 home runs, so he's kept the ball in the ballpark.
And Schimpf waiting on deck. There are 2 outs. And a fly ball to deep left field for Myers. Back goes Nick Franklin at the wall. He will make the catch right in front of the wall to end the inning. Had room out there. Not much, but just enough. Done with one without a score. Brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Let's look inside the toolbox of Luis Perdomo. The usage of his pitches. How about the two-seam of the fastball? 60% of the time, opponent's hitting 358. He needs to locate it better. How about the slider? Now, this is a wipeout pitch. At 152, they're only hitting. He uses it 34% of the time. It's all about getting ahead so he can throw that first strike like that particular pitch. And then don't forget about the changeup. He doesn't use it that much. If he can learn how to throw it behind in the count and locate it, like any pitcher, it should add to the success of Luis Perdomo.
Jesus Aguilar grounding one foul outside of third. Sounded like he broke his bat. And he did, so he'll get a new one.
Let's look at that changeup. See the usage? Only 5%. Opponent's only hitting 0-0-0 off of it, not hitting anything. But to get in a position to where he can utilize that and throw it to be effective, use it more.
More than just a show me.
Exactly. When a pitcher can throw that pitch behind, and I'm not saying every 2-1 count, every 3-1 count. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there are certain situations, maybe runners in scoring position, runner on third, second and third, whatever the case may be, to where it's a fastball count and you've got a fastball hitter who can turn it around. Throwing that changeup can be a big difference maker.
This one in the air, foul down the right field line. Your thoughts, Scan?
I agree with Mark Grant 100%. It's something I've been crying for the last two outings for Perdomo. I think he underestimates how good his changeup is. And I think it gives the hitters another thing that they have to worry about. And I think it would open up the other side of the plate, especially against those left-handers. Yes, he needs to pitch inside a little bit more with the fastball, but to complement that with the changeup on the outside part of the plate, I think that's the next step for him in becoming a real dominant guy that can also go deeper in the game by getting some early contact outs.
Earlier I was talking about throwing pitches with conviction. Does he have the conviction in that pitch, you think?
Not at this point, and the only way you get it is by throwing it, and I think that comes down to just a determination. Look, I've got to throw this thing.
Hot shot bounces off. Schimpf stays with it and gets it there in time. Nice play down there by Ryan Schimpf. First to knock it down, then presence of mind to get it over there quickly for out number one.
Now this is sacrificing your body for your pitcher. And this is why you wear your cup at third base. They call it the hot corner. You put yourself in front of that baseball and you take one for your team off the chest. Still plenty of time because it's hit so hard. And Ryan Schimpf, as he's gasping for air, throws a strike over to Will Myers because he got it right in the gut.
This one off his glove now and into foul ground. Racing over from shortstop is Ibar and headed to second base standing is Domingo Santana right down the line and left. And Schimpf that time got a glove on it, but not able to knock it down. It is a double for Santana. And the first base hit double here for the Milwaukee Brewers.
A, that ball is hit hard. 2, it's hooking off the bat because it's hit so hard. And Ryan Schimpf did everything he could. He had to react instantaneously on the dot, dove to his right with the backhand, and just couldn't field it cleanly. That's a good effort by Ryan Schimpf.
One down. Santana at second base. Nick Franklin coming up. Hitting under 200 is Franklin at 196. Fielder today for the Brewers. A little different looking lineup for Milwaukee. No Shaw, no Thames.
Yeah.
Pena to begin this game. Ryan Braun, of course, on the DL.
You talk about picking up other players, right, Don? I mean, if you've got those Thames, who's out of the lineup today, Braun, you were talking about, and other guys picking up the slack when needed, scoring all those runs. And it's worth mentioning again, 14 different Brewers have at least one home run.
Second in the major leagues with 203 runs scored, only behind the Nationals with 221. And this one grounded down to first. Myers to first for out number 2. To third goes Santana on the ground out. And that'll bring up Jeff Bandy, the catcher. Brewers are also looking to go 5 games above 500 for the first time since 2014, September of. They're 80 and 75, so it has been a while. The last 7 games, they've scored 54 runs, winning 6 of the last 7. And here is Jeff Bandy.
And by the way, the Padres match the Brewers in that category as far as 14 different players having a home run, at least one. So the Brewers and Padres are tied in that category with the long ball.
Almost hit him, able to get out of the way. 21st start behind the dish for Bandy. Milwaukee has won each of the last 5 times that he has caught. Runner at third with 2 down. Little check swing dribbler and a foul ball. Aggressively, Hedges tried to hop out there and grab it in fair ground, but stays foul. Bandy coming over from the Angels. Exchange for another catcher, Martin Maldonado. He was in December this past offseason.
Yeah, that was a big question for the Brewers with Lucroy gone and Maldonado.
Swing and a miss. Nicely done. That pitch down and away on a slider. Perdomo picks up his second strikeout. Inning and a half done. The K ends the inning and leaves the Brewers runner at third. Solarte not in the lineup tonight for the Padres. He's a little bit banged up, and of course this occurred yesterday on a diving bid at second base, coming up lame with his shoulder, and he was kind of seen working on it with the trainers in between innings as well, and a little bit banged up. Not a lineup tonight, at least to begin the game.
You know, it might not look like a lot as you watch that play, but a big kid diving, a lot of energy going towards the ground there, and then landing on that shoulder to. You know, last time I checked on, the shoulder's not supposed to like bend that way.
No. Exactly right.
Yeah.
He stayed in the game, played the entire game, but not in there tonight. Ryan Schimpf leading it off here in the home half of inning number 2. Padres went in order in the first inning. The strike picks up that inside corner. He's been operating around 93 miles an hour.
That's what Anderson needs to do. In and out with the fastball in the corners.
Schimpf, Hedges, and Ibar featured in the inning. So what they're trying to do here to Schimpf, especially with 2 strikes, is elevate that fastball.
That's exactly what a lot of pitchers have done. One that sticks out. Remember Taijuan Walker in Arizona. He went up the ladder quite a bit. Here comes another one. High fastball away.
And he chases and strikes out. Second strikeout for Anderson, 1 down.
MLB TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
1 down for Austin Hedges. Sliding up the order and batting 5th for the Padres tonight.
Nice hammer. First pitch for a strike. That goes a long way. He called that a ball?
He did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. It was still a good pitch though.
It looked good, but it wasn't a strike.
Wow.
Falls behind here 2-0.
As soon as I saw that ball caught, I just assumed it was going to be called a strike. So hey, hitters count here for Austin Hedges.
Now it's 3-0.
By the way, I lied last inning. Remember I told you 14 different Brewers have a home run and Padres match that? Padres only have 11 different hitters with a home run. So I just want to correct myself there.
Ball 4, 4-pitch walk here to Austin Hedges. One-out walk, first base runner of the night for the Padres. That'll bring up Eric Ibar.
You know, even taking a walk there, I remember talking to Mark Sweeney many times about how hitters go up to the plate. Even though they draw a walk, it not only benefits the hitter, but it benefits the hitter on deck as well, and the hitters wanting to come up to the plate in the dugout. Gives a good look to what Anderson has to offer.
.36th game for Eric Ibar. So it's a .209 average. That is 5 straight balls thrown by Chase Anderson. Lately has not been very good for Anderson. Started great. Pitcher of the month for the Brewers in April. 3 starts in May. 5.87 earned run average. Does not have a record.
Deep counts, hitters counts. Got to throw the fastball, and he's been getting hurt.
Ibar just waved at that.
And you know what? It's easy for me to sit here and say to Eric Ibar, you know, how can you swing at that pitch? You can't say that because as a hitter, it looks like a good pitch, but he has yet to throw it for a strike. So through time, I think that might be one of those pitches that hitters just let go. They just spit on it because Anderson hasn't proven he can throw it for a strike. Hey, out of the hand, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good pitch.
It's a pretty good movement right there.
Really good movement.
Check swing. Did he go? No. Says Kerwin Danley, third base umpire.
I will never, ever say about a hitter swinging at a pitch, even if it's 20 foot, I mean, 15 feet in front of home plate as he just misses down and in. How could you swing at that pitch? I'll never say that because this game is so hard. Guys throwing 90 plus breaking balls and stuff. You know, out of the hand, it looks good.
Runner goes at first and a little hit and run. Ibar taking the other way to left field for a base hit. Hedges stops at second And the Padres have runners at first and second with one away. The hit by Ibar, the first Padres hit of the night.
Was that a beautiful thing or what? Did you see the catcher? Bandy was nearly coming up out of the crowd trying to catch that ball and trying to throw the runner out. Ibar swinging the magic wand as Sogard was covering second base. Nice smooth swing, finds the hole. Action at first and second.
We got Hunter Renfroe coming up here for the Padres. Padres glad to be home after stops in Arlington, Texas and in Chicago. Back here with the Brewers for 4, the Arizona Diamondbacks for 3. Week spent in San Diego. Renfroe 209, 6 homers, 13 runs batted in. Strike one. 94 miles an hour. Appeared to be a little bit off the plate.
You think?
I think.
So as a pitcher, what are you going to do?
Go back out there again.
Exactly.
It was on the corner of 10th and K.
Let's see, which corner was that? Was away? 16th and Imperial.
Okay.
Yeah. Right-hander away is 16th and Imperial.
Yeah.
Away to a left-hander is 8th and K.
Okay. I'll get him. And chop foul there on the curveball by Renfroe. Down 1-2.
And not afraid to throw that curveball either, Anderson. He's got a good one.
Brewers away from Miller Park, 9-6 on the road so far this year. Padres threatening here in the second inning with 2 on, 1 away for Hunter Renfroe.
Fastball up, it looks like here.
Pickoff play at second, and back to the bag safely is Hedges. Shooting in was Jonathan Villar, the second baseman. Renfroe drives it towards the gap in right center. Broxton going back, and that ball is going to be up against the wall and a hop. Around from second is Hedges. He'll score. Here comes Ibar. The throw to the plate cut off, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead. It's a 2-run double for Renfroe, and it's 2-0 San Diego.
This is exactly what Andy Green, the manager of the Padres, was talking about a week ago, saying that we needed to score more runs other than hitting the home run. Hey, the home run is sexy, right? I love the long ball. Who doesn't? But Hunter Renfroe stays on this pitch. I mean, this is Jack Clark-like. This is Dale Murphy-like. Driving the ball the opposite way.
Got an Ibar, too. Got a good read on that and came all the way around from first base.
Just wearing out right center field. And those two Padres scoring easily.
2-0 Padres, and here's Alan Cordoba batting out of the 8th spot. The 27th game he's been in, starting to be in there on a regular basis now. Starting in left field again here today. And ahead 2-0. Cordoba had a very good series in Chicago, going 4 for 7 with a home run, a couple of runs batted in that series.
Was it windy in the Windy City?
Yes, it was. Howling from left to right across the outfield at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Guaranteed rate,
yes.
Guaranteed home run if you get it elevated there.
3-0. Yeah, it's no longer U.S. Cellular Field. Did you know that?
You know, I've given up on that one.
Yeah.
I just call it Sox Park. Back when I was a kid. Sox Park. Comiskey. Yeah.
Cordoba batting with Renfroe at second. 2 runs in. 1 out here in the Padres' second inning.
Hey, nothing wrong with trading placement with him here. Give him the green light if it's right there.
Pickoff play again. Ooh. And Renfroe back. Villar again coming in.
So one thing we've already noticed in game 1 of the series, only 2 innings played roughly. Brewers, they like to throw to the bases as far as pickoffs are concerned. They've already had 2 attempts at second base from Anderson.
Cordoba taken all the way, and he takes strike 1. Thought he had ball 4.
Right on the inside corner of 93.
That's strike 2. Cordoba didn't like strike 1. He liked strike 2 even less.
You know, actually, that second pitch there that we just saw, it didn't look like that bad of a pitch. Let's take a look. I think that's right on the outside corner. Off a little bit, huh?
Of Imperial and where?
16th and Imperial.
16th and Imperial. Payoff pitch. Cordoba takes it down the right field line, but it's bending foul.
Great protection right there by Cordoba with 2 strikes. That's the kind of swing you like to see, even though it's a foul ball, to get another chance at it.
Cordoba battling here with 1 out and Renfroe at second base. Payoff pitch. Cordoba will pop it up. Back goes Villar. The short lawn and right will make the catch for out number 2. So Chase Anderson battles back and gets Cordoba. And that'll bring up the Padres pitcher, Luis Perdomo. He's 0 for 6 at the plate. .114 at the plate in his year plus in the major leagues. As he takes strike 1.
You don't always like to do in this situation. How about a little push bunt down the first base line? You know, you look at Aguilar playing first base. He's way back. I mean, sure, you want to try to drive in that run, but the main thing.
This is better.
I say.
Left center field, and not making the catch is Broxton. It gets by him all the way to the track and the wall. 1 run is in, and Perdomo's motoring around the bases. He will stand at third. Broxton gambled out there in left center field. Looked like he was going to make the catch. It gets by him to the track and the wall. I'm not sure if he lost it in the lights or what happened there, but the Padres get their 3rd run, and Perdomo ends up at third base. A triple for Luis Perdomo.
Like I said, I say swing away and hit the triple. Why not? Turn on a fastball. And here's the play done. Boy, you know what? I think you're right. I think he lost it in the lights because that ball nearly hit him in the elbow. Take it easy there, Luis. Take a little breather. You're absolutely right. I think he lost it in the lights.
Yeah, Broxton kept looking back at the light tower afterwards.
Ball nearly hit him in the elbow or forearm, it looked like.
So a triple, first career triple for Perdomo. And Margot goes chasing. A 3-run bottom of the second inning to this point for the Padres.
Whoever says that tried to push bunt down the first base line has got to be crazy.
You're a moron.
Oh my. You got that right.
I missed you,
No
Mobley.
sooner I said that, the kid hits a triple. Are you kidding me?
It's unbelievable. That's awesome.
That's great.
He's at third.
Now a little 2-out thunder. Get him back in that dugout. Get a little bit of a breather before he heads back out.
Margot chops it to third base. Perez going to go to first for the out that ends the inning. But a very productive inning, a 3-run inning, including Hunter Renfroe's 2-run double out to the gap in right center field. A 3-spot for the Padres on top 3-0.
I think the changeup plays down to lefties. I think the sinker still plays. As he continues to evolve as a pitcher, maybe the four-seam at the top of the strike zone will play for him from time to time. Traditional sinker-slider guy, they always have splits. I mean, at the end of the day, like every last one of them you look at does better against righties than lefties.
That's Andy Green talking about Luis Perdomo and the splits that he's had on the lefties versus righties. Obviously, he's been absolutely dominant against right-hand batters so far this season with that sinker-slider combination. The left-handers, not so much so far. Now, I'm talking to Darren Balsley. He said that what he'd like to see is for Luis to be using that fastball inside a little bit more. And we also heard Andy Green talking about using that changeup, which Mark Grant and I were talking about earlier. So far, he's retired both lefties he's faced tonight. Hopefully, he can keep that trend going, guys.
All right, Bob, thanks very much.
You know, Bob, good point. And I want to just elaborate on the two-seam fastball into the lefties. That two-seamer you can bring back to hit the inside part of the plate. That is such a great weapon for any right-hander if they can really hit the crosshairs and locate that pitch in. So let's keep an eye on that as well.
Keon Broxton leading it off here for the Brew Crew in the third inning. Broxton, Anderson, and VR scheduled bat in the inning. And great bottom of the second for the Padres. They scored 3 times.
A little quick first out here for Broxton would be key for Luis.
That's pretty good. That's strike 3, third K of the night for Perdomo. Broxton down by way of the K.
And looking at this sharp breaking ball out of the hand of Luis Perdomo. He stays on top of it. Locks him up right on the outside corner.
Well, now the Brewers pitcher, Chase Anderson. 154 hitter, and he will take strike 1. Anderson's been a big leaguer for 4 seasons, 086 at the plate. It's been a good start for Perdomo as far as getting ahead. 8 of 9 first pitch strikes for Luis Perdomo. Important for any pitcher. Jumps ahead here and he strikes out Anderson. That's 3 strikeouts in a row for Luis Perdomo, who's got 4 Ks.
Well, we talk about the Strikeout to Broxton. He does the old flamingo, the old pause over the rubber. And another thing Austin Hedges said, when he works downhill, he's nasty. He's gnarly. When he starts going side to side,
east to west.
Yeah, exactly. That's when he runs into trouble. And you know what? We're 3 pitches away from an immaculate inning right here. If he strike out this guy with 3 pitches, immaculate inning. Strike 1 right here. This big time stuff, folks.
VR grounded back to the mound his first time up. 0 for 1. Oh, you're a pitch away.
He's a pitch away. Immaculate inning. Striking out the side on 9 pitches. It's more rarer than a no-hitter. We need a strikeout right here. Foul ball negates everything.
0-2.
Oh,
Fouled off to the left and not tonight.
man.
At least not now. Is rarer a word, by the way?
It is. I looked it up.
Okay.
It most certainly is. So nice
Not
try
more
there, Cha-Cha.
rare?
You can use both.
Oh. Fouled off again to the left, out of play. 36 pitches right now for Perdomo. He's retired 4 in a row. 3 of the last 4 by way of the K.
Craig Kimbrell did it the other night for the Red Sox.
0-2. And a swing and a miss. Ends up striking on the side. Broxton. Anderson. VR. All down by way of the K. 5 strikeouts for Perdomo. 3-0 Padres. This series versus the Brewers is brought to you by Nissan. Now the Padres enjoy a 3-0 lead over the Brewers into the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Corey Spangenberg leading it off here against Chase Anderson. Spangenberg, Myers, and Schimpf. Corey popped out to the shortstop Eric Sogard in the 1st inning. A relatively quiet road trip, 1 for 14 on the trip for Spangenberg to Texas and Chicago.
Okay, Don, this little nugget I told you in between innings. Talked about the immaculate inning.
How rarer it is.
Craig Kimbrell became the 78th pitcher to throw an immaculate inning in Major League history. You know how many no-hitters have been thrown in Major League history?
No.
295.
Wow.
So chew on that one, because I know you'll chew on a lot of stuff. Just look at you.
You know, and you showed me some dictionary. I don't know what dictionary it was that rarer is a real word.
It
I
is.
did not know that. I learned something tonight. I thought more rare would be better, but Spangenberg strikes out here. That's 3 strikeouts for Chase Anderson. 1 down here in the 3rd.
There's a fastball that had movement into the left, away from the lefty, but on the inner part of the plate. That's that 2-seam fastball we were talking about earlier, referring to Luis Perdomo possibly locating that pitch better to lefties.
1 down here for Will Myers. Right out to the warning track in the 1st inning. Right up against the wall was Nick Franklin. Fooled on that breaking ball. Most hits by first baseman, only behind Ryan Zimmerman, having a very good year for the Nationals. Myers fooled again. Same pitch, 0-2.
I see where Zimmerman is finally below 400, but he's still hitting high in the 300s. As we take a look at back-to-back curveballs, he wants to, but the point of no return, and he cannot hold up on the curveball to fall behind 0-2.
Pops it up right side. Aguilar, the first baseman, settles underneath and makes the catch for out number 2. Yeah, Ryan Zimmerman hitting at 3-5 right now.
Nobody sees sports quite the way Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock do. The brains to know, then the guts to say. Catch Colin and Jason as they team up for FS1's daily sports talk show, Speak for Yourself. Weekdays, it's new time at 2 p.m. Pacific.
2 down here in the 3rd inning brings up Ryan Schimpf. A strikeout victim in the 2nd. He went swinging. Three strikeouts on the night for Chase Anderson. Brewers have scored 54 runs in the last 7 games. They lead the major leagues with 63 home runs. Padres, incidentally, are tied for 5th in that category. They have 51 home runs, while the Brewers have 63. And the Padres tonight with a 3-0 advantage. Schimpf will pop it up, sending the shortstop Sogard out to short left. Puts it away, and the Padres are gone in the 3rd. We head to the 4th. 3-0 San Diego. San Diego, the Padres on top 3-0, and Mark Sweeney along with us here for the next couple. Mark, how you doing?
I feel like I'm sitting down low tonight. Good to see you, Mudcat.
It's good to be back.
Proud of Andrew. Graduated.
Thank you very much.
Andrew, congratulations. Graduated college. Can you believe that?
You know what? all these years go by and people say, oh, my son or daughter graduated from college, and it's like, okay, that's great. It is great. Don't get me wrong. But until it's your own, it's really awesome.
It's incredible.
It's really special. I'm telling you. Cried like a baby. Like 28 times.
You're an emotional guy.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much.
Emotional moment. That's great.
Eric Sogard leading it off here for the Brew Crew, and he'll foul that off. Perdomo with 4 Ks in a row. Got Jet Bandy to end the second. Struck out the side in succession. Broxton, Anderson, and VR. Now it was Sogard.
You know what, Mark Sweeney? I think we're seeing Luis Perdomo doing exactly what you were touched upon when the show opened in the pregame about not worrying about all the numbers for the runs for the Brewers, but making his pitches, right?
Yeah, and he has to make his pitches. I loved what you guys see, as you can see, going off that left foot, which is unfortunate for Perdomo. He's looked very strong tonight, but I love the point that you and Bob were making about the changeup. And it really has to do with him getting to that next level. Next level meaning, can he pitch the 3rd time through the order, maybe even the 4th time through the order? That's the difference of Luis Perdomo. Not that he doesn't want to do it, but from the hitter's perspective, he needs to show another look. You see to Sogard before he hit him, there's the changeup. You see the perfect location, awkward swing by Sogard. You can buy yourself a strike, but also easy outs.
Great arm action, too, from Perdomo. It looked like a fastball.
Hernan Perez, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Getting his second look at Perdomo tonight. Only 1 hit so far tonight for the Brewers. Domingo Santana with a double in the 2nd inning. First time the Brewers have had the lead runner on, as they do here in the 4th inning. On the ground and through the left side, a base hit. Perez singles. Sogard takes second. The first 2 Brewers have reached here in the 4th inning.
Well, Don, you think about Hernan Perez and a utility player up in the big leagues. Last year took a big leap. A lot of scouts talked about his approach has changed, better swing path, and you can see very comfortable at the plate. Obviously a hot stretch going right now. Take that pitch inside right through the hole. But this is a guy that's a super utility guy, much like the Ben Zobrist of the world in Chicago.
Well, tonight getting the start at 3rd base for Craig Counsell. Zeus Aguilar. A little different looking lineup than we expected from the Brewers tonight, giving some nights off for a couple guys.
Oh, Travis Shaw has been a really nice addition to them and had a great start to the season. But Craig Counsell knows he's got to mix and match with certain guys, a lot of younger guys that need playing time.
Other way, and a base hit into right field. Sogard will be stopped at 3rd, and now the Brewers have the bases loaded with nobody out. This has happened quickly. Hit batter and back-to-back base hits.
Hit batsman, station-to-station baseball. And this is a nice piece hit by Aguilar. Big kid, you know, sure, coming out of his shoes would be the thing to do, but that pitch is middle away, and it's just a nice, easy swing. The 1 hopper, 2 hopper. Now, the thing here is Brewers threatening, but with 1 pitch, you know, get that double play. You get a double play, they score a run, probably. You're still up by 2.
Well, Domingo Santana, who had a double his first time up against Perdomo. Perdomo wants to talk to Hedges and calls him out.
Well, Sogard leads the Brewers. I take that back. Check that. Shaw leads in grounding in double plays with 6. Santana has 3, so he is a double play candidate.
And a grounder up the middle into center field. Sogard's going to score. Perez is going to try and score. Here's a throw from Margot. It's up the line. 2 runs in. And the Brewers answering quickly here with a couple of runs back in the 4th inning. A 2-run single for Domingo Santana.
Swinging early, Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, you see the high breaking ball, and this is an aggressive club, but also a confident club. Touched on about some of the regulars that are on the bench. Well, that tells you if you're a bench player, come off and be aggressive. Nice play by Austin Hedges coming up and getting that throw, limiting the damage with the runners.
2 on, nobody out, and it brings up Nick Franklin. And Ballsy made a trip out there to talk to Perdomo, trying to settle him down.
Also see Andy Green asking Ryan Schimpf to watch for the bunt.
Franklin fouls it off.
Another first pitch hacking.
A little different approach here, second time through for the Brewers.
Well, they're trying to look for that elevated pitch. That's what your first priority is for a sinker baller. You want to see the ball out of his hands elevated.
So as a pitcher, you recognize that, right? So that's what we're talking about. The slider comes into play and the changeup. There's going to be times when teams are like this, you're going to have to throw that secondary pitch over for strikes.
There is the bunt, tried to drag it, but it goes foul.
I think you're right, Don. That was dragging a bunt. I think that was on his own. Craig Counsell's going to ask these guys to think the game. I think it's very like Andy Green. When you're trying to think the game through, especially younger players, they want them to be aggressive. And Franklin did that on his own just to try to move runners up.
I don't think Craig Counsell liked that. Looking over there, he kind of.
There's a lot of managers that don't like it.
Not what he wanted. 0-2.
Anytime early in the game, especially when you're offensively, it's clicking. I think the bunt really doesn't come into play. Later in the game, when you need to move the runners, a sacrifice bunt is perfect in that situation.
He used a punch out right here. He has 5 of them through the first 3 innings. Even 50 pitches right now for Perdomo.
Well, if he's late on that last pitch, imagine what a two-seamer in on that inside corner can do. There it is.
That'll work. Strike 3. And Franklin says some stuff on the way by, and Adam Hamari, home plate umpire. 6 strikeouts for Perdomo.
I think this is perfectly placed, Mark. Two-seamer, inside corner, right at the knees.
Yeah, there's no complaint right there. I know he's frustrated. He's frustrated because there's 2 strikes.
Well, tonight's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Major League leaders ground ball percentage. Luis Perdomo, 68.3%. Leading in that category, up over Kyle Freeland of the Rockies and Dallas Keuchel of the Astros.
Boy, would he love to have a ground ball here.
Jet Bandy, foul outside of third on the ground. Perdomo has been ahead of the Brewers all night. 15 of 16 first pitch strikes. And we're right about them being aggressive. 8 first pitch swings. On the ground, foul again. And he jumps ahead 0-2.
Wipe him out right here. Go out of the zone. So many things you can do right here. Fastball up and in, up and away, breaking ball in the third.
Well, as you guys have touched on, Jet Bandy, with the 5 home runs on the year, he has been part of that home run barrage. But a lot of those have been elevated pitches. Perfect for Perdomo to do anything, whether the two-seamer or the breaking ball in this situation, get the punch out.
This is all about the maturing process of Luis Perdomo, who has a tough start to the inning, but trying to settle down here, and he's been able to do it so far.
We always harp on throwing strikes, but you know what? That's a purpose pitch there. You have to learn how to do that. To throw the ball just a little bit off the plate to try to entice those hitters.
Two on, 1 away, and that's in the dirt.
Well, back-to-back sliders, and why I say that, those were easy takes for Bandy. Because when you show that ball is already down out of the strike zone, out of the hands, it's an easier take. You elevate that breaking ball just a little bit, it gives you the illusion it's a strike, and out of the zone will get the swing and miss.
Foul again. They've all been outside of third. A strikeout victim his first time up. Well, the count of 2-2, and Aguilar at second, Santana at first. On the ground towards shortstop. Ibar will go to second for one, on to first. That's two. Double play. Exactly what Perdomo needed right there. A pair of runs in the inning for the Brewers, but a big DP here. 6-4 to 3. On to the bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Padres. And last night there was none bigger than the retirement of Derek Jeter's number at Yankee Stadium. And into Monument Park that'll go. And a lot of his former teammates and Hall of Famers hanging around there for that event as well. And certainly a tremendous moment last night at Yankee Stadium.
I'll tell you what, that's a who's who of Yankees, isn't it?
Yeah,
sure
it
is. You saw Reggie Jackson there. You saw the Warrior Paul O'Neill. You saw Bernie Williams. Hideki Matsui.
David Cone.
David Cone.
Hideki Matsui got a great ovation when he was announced.
Austin Hedges leading it off here in the fourth inning.
You talk about a storybook career.
Pretty perfect.
Yes. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
5 World Series rings.
His first full 3 years in the big leagues, he won world championships.
Down the left field line, but foul. It's tough to get a single-digit number handed out.
Unless you want 0.
Yeah, that's all
there's
that's left.
no opportunity
That's it.
to have a single digit.
And as you look at that list, number 8, Yogi Berra, actually retired twice. Bill Dickey and Yogi Berra, both catchers. And you know what else I think about, which is really special? You think of the tradition of the captains. I mean, they don't throw around that title lightly. Lou Gehrig. I think the other Thurman Munson was the. I'd have to look this up. And Don Mattingly.
Yes.
Captains, but I mean, you're dubbed that C on that team. That's pretty special.
Well, the concern that I have too, and you know this, Don, because you covered him so many times. He used to face a baseball, And I'm worried that so many people want to anoint Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, all these guys, maybe even Chris Bryant, to be the face of baseball. Well, that took time, and also winning that many championships. You can't just say, hey, he's a good player, he's going to be the face of baseball.
Yep.
He did it with respect to the game, respect to the fan, and he played the game where he got respect from all of his peers throughout baseball. I think he earned that, and I wonder if baseball is going to have a guy like that ever again.
Hedges with a good at bat will head down to first base. Leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The second time he is on tonight with a walk.
What do you think, Mark? Do you think, who would you think is going to be able to take that role? It's hard.
Well, see, it is, because the unique thing about Jeter was that he spent his whole career as a Yankee. Is that going to happen with a Harper? Probably not. Is Trout going to continue as an Angel his whole career?
See, I think the point you made about championships is also a very big part of it as well. And I think of a guy who's close to that would be a Buster Posey, who's won some championships with the Giants, but
that's probably the closest thing, huh?
Maybe.
How about Pedroia? I mean, he's
he's got 2, 07 and 13.
And you know it. This isn't taking anything away from everyone else. It really puts Derek Jeter on that pedestal of how he handled every situation. And it was always from respect.
And you know, after surveying the whole situation, does there really have to be a face of baseball right now? Is it mandated that there has to be?
No, but I know what Mark's saying.
Yeah.
He's worried there's not going to be another one, and I agree with him.
It's always good. Yeah, absolutely, there has to be.
It's important to have a face of baseball or faces of baseball.
Well, NBA, who is it?
LeBron.
Yes, it's an easy answer. And I think a worry of baseball is if Derek Jeter walks down the street, everyone knows who he is. If Bryce Harper walks down the street, does everyone know who he is? Probably not.
No, Buster Posey.
Yes.
In the air foul off to the left out of play.
It just puts in perspective of what Derek Jeter created, and not necessarily did he want that on his shoulders, but he also knew it was a perfect storm. In New York, 5 world championships, obviously had a great career. But I just love the way he handled himself. Because anytime a microphone was in front of him, the right words came out.
Always seemed to say the right thing. Over to first and back to the bag is Hedges again.
In the long storied history of that New York Yankee franchise, only 15 players have been named captain.
Yeah.
Light rain falling here at Petco Park right now. Ibar batting with a count of 2-1.
I think Bandy wanted that pitch, but he is pulling that into the strike zone. Having a conversation with home plate umpire.
Ibar to deep right field. Santana going back onto the track. He'll make the catch in front of the wall. And Hedges got to scamper back to first. He does. That ball died out there. That was off the bat very well for Ibar. Looked like it was going to go, but instead caught right in front of the wall.
The swing and the sound, I thought he got it.
And to your point, it had sound, and it died. Some of those nights, and we've seen that. See Eric Ibar's reaction too. He thought he got it.
Rain falling here at Petco Park. Eric Johnson, the pitching coach, out there right now talking to Chase Anderson.
Okay, here's my question regarding Jeter. When it comes time, how many sports writers are not going to vote for him the first time around?
If they don't all vote, I think it's embarrassment. But obviously, it's not something that comes easy.
Yeah.
What do you think?
There's going to be guys out there who either leave him off the ballot or don't vote for him. It's inevitable, I think.
1 out, 1 on, and Hunter Renfroe, the batter.
What do you think, Don?
I mean, I don't know how you do.
I
I don't know
know.
how you leave them off.
Yeah, but you look at all the guys that
Oh, I
weren't
know.
first ballot Hall of Famers who were left
Yep.
off, and how, you know.
It happens. We've
Yeah.
watched it happen with Trevor. I still can't believe Trevor's not in the Hall of Fame right now.
Yep. Even happened to Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
He wasn't unanimous.
I don't know what your argument would be if he wasn't.
It's embarrassing if it doesn't happen,
know.
really.
2,000 hits.
Yes.
5 World Championships.
Yes.
I mean,
He
what got to do.
He checked all boxes.
Right.
Ooh.
One right off the catcher, and Matt's coming right off Jet Bandy. Hunter Renfroe with a home run yesterday, getting his 6th of the year. At the time, the 3-run shot put the Padres on top 3-1.
Well, you think about Hunter Renfroe and said it during the road trip, watching batting practice, conscious effort of that right center approach, as you saw in his first at bat.
Was that a great swing or what?
Very nice.
It's been a while too. He had not had a home run in the month of May. The first 5 coming in April.
And you think at the end of April, it looked like he was just swinging rather than approach. And sometimes that takes a little bit of stepping back a little bit, and that's what Andy Green did. He inserted him in that 8th spot of the order.
Off the end of the bat, foul into the seats.
This was delicious. I mean, seriously, that is some kind of nice, right?
I love it when a right-handed, the equalizer, the cambio.
4th strikeout for Chase Anderson.
But I love it when a right-handed hitter who's got some pop just drives it to right center field.
Because you can watch it. I mean, think about that. You could watch a clothesline into right center, knowing that you're going to get some RBIs too. But wow.
I love it when Mark Sweeney says delicious.
You and me both.
2 down here in the 4th inning. That brings up Alan Cordoba, his 2nd AB. And pop it up foul off to the right. Cordoba popped out to the second baseman, Jonathan VR, in the 2nd inning.
Hey,
Riding a
pitch.
3-game hitting streak.
Pitch count getting up there for Anderson. 68 coming up next.
That has been the problem for him. So far, 3 2/3 deep into his outing. Padres got the lead runner on, but now he's still there with 2 down at first base, and Austin Hedges. Runner goes. Cordoba and a check swing foul.
He had a huge jump. Is that one you got to take, Mark Sweeney?
You have to take it. It's in the vision of the hitter. See the huge jump. One thing you don't want is check swing in that situation. Obviously, a young hitter going to be driving Andy Green crazy because he knew he had a pitch to run on.
95, but off the plate.
Jet Bandy continues to use his windshield wipers. Watch this, off the plate, and he pulls it right back.
Yeah.
Anderson off the backside of the hill in the midst of a meeting with himself. Hedges walk to begin the inning. Ibar with a fly out to right to the warning track, and then Renfroe struck out. Now Perdomo will take ball 2. "70 pitches so far for Chase Anderson, with Luis Perdomo, the pitcher, waiting on deck. Padres batting here in the last of the 4th inning. Full count now. Anderson coming in with a record individually 2-0, 2.97 earned run average, and looked over towards first base. Aguilar let him know that he's not going to be holding the runner on. He's now standing behind Hedges. Payoff pitch, and it's in the air to right field. Santana back a step or 2, and Perdomo is out number 3 of the 4th inning. We head to the 5th. Padres holding on to a 3-2 lead. And a good second inning for the Padres, as Hunter Renfroe would drive this out to right center field. It would score 2. Hedges and Ibar both coming in to put the Padres on top 2-0. Then Perdomo lines one to center, and Broxton loses it in the lights. It turns into a triple and an RBI as Renfroe would score the 3rd Padres run. And then after the Brewers got 2 quick ones back, Perdomo able to get out of the inning on a 6-4-3 double play. And the Padres hold on to a 3-2 lead here into the 5th inning. It is Keon Broxton who leads it off here. He struck out looking in the 3rd inning. 6 strikeouts for Perdomo on the night through the first 4 innings.
Keon Broxton had a nice rip last 7 games.
Pitch 60 coming up here for Perdomo, dealing with the first hitter of the 5th inning.
And look at the run of that fastball in on the fists of Broxton there. That's tough to square up. Elevated a little bit, run down by the label. Now he can double it, go back in there, or a sweeping slider down and away. Slider.
I think he went, and they ring him up. Home plate umpire Adam Hamari ringing him up. Didn't check. Said he went around. Second time Broxton has struck out. That's 7 Ks for Perdomo.
How about Hedges here? Ball in the dirt. He scoops it. And the quick tag. He continues to really protect the pitchers on those balls in the dirt.
Chase Anderson, the pitcher, batting here with 1 down. Anderson struck out swinging in the 3rd. Hesitation from Perdomo again. What'd you call it? The flamingo?
I call it the flamingo. Did you ever see a flamingo? Did you ever go to the zoo, see the flamingos?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of flamingos.
Yeah.
Now, how does the flamingo correlate to Luis Perdomo?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, it's a stance. The flamingos stand on 1 leg.
I thought they stood on 2.
You've never been to the zoo.
I actually swing and a miss. It gets away briefly, or did it? No. Apparently he caught it in the air for strike 3. That is back-to-back strikeouts for Perdomo, 8 in all. So the zoo you go to, flamingos only stand on 1 leg.
1 leg.
I know what he's doing right now. You know what he's doing right now?
He's the Captain Google.
He is Googling it. He's going through pictures to find it. A flamingo standing on 1 leg.
Did you just Google 1-legged?
1-legged flamingo?
Yeah. This is down to first, and Myers will tag the bag. This is not over.
Look at it. He's sleeping
You
on 1
look
leg.
at it. This is not done.
His legs tucked up underneath.
The NL Central, and most expected the Cubs to be on top of the division. It is the Cardinals after a miserable start, right back on top 21-15 with the Brewers a game back. Remember last year around this time 28-7 were the Cubs, off to a tremendous start. Not the case this year.
It's a long season, but I think if you look at, each team has their weak link, I think. And I think right now,
Perdomo jolts this to deep left field. That's going to one hop the wall. Headed for a double, and he's got one. A triple and a double tonight for Perdomo after he had no hits coming into tonight's ball game on the season.
That was delicious. Jhoulys Chacín loves that effort. This is shopping in the gap. Luis Perdomo, we've seen him take some really nice passes at baseballs. This has to be his best showing today.
It's so delicious. It's a second helping.
No doubt.
Triple, now a double.
So it's second base now. And it brings up top of the order, Manuel Margot. Margot has struck out and grounded out. 286 with runners in scoring position. Popped up, right around the bag at second. VR handles out number 1 of the inning.
Getting back to the Cubs, I think the rotation is a concern. I think there's time to turn it around. The other day, looking at the Cubs rotation, like their first inning ERA is like 10 plus. And then, you know, and when things aren't clicking the way they should be, it's tough to play catch up. Anthony Rizzo, very uncharacteristic, and also Jake Arrieta.
Well, they all clicked last year, and everything worked for the rotation. That's why I say, and I agree with you, when this rotation doesn't have Jake Arrieta as a dominating right-hander to go along with John Lester.
Lined into right center field, a base hit. Perdomo is being waved around. The throw from center from Broxton is going to be cut off. Run scores, and they've got on the rundown Spangenberg, who will be out at first base. Could not get back to the bag, but the run scores, and the Padres take a 4-2 lead. They cut it off, and Spangenberg was kind of in no man's land between first and second and could not get back to the bag safely. See if the Padres going to challenge. No, says Mark McGuire.
It looks like Corey slips out of the box. You know, at first I thought they were going to hold Perdomo, but Glenn Hoffman sends him. He scores easy. There's the cut. And now the race is on. A tough call for any umpire. You know, you got the runner going back. You got the infielder catching the ball, swipe tag. Nice piece of hitting for Spangenberg driving in that run, though.
Well, single-handed RBI credited to Spangenberg. 2 down in the inning. Base is empty for Will Myers.
You remember that last at bat? He had a couple slow breaking balls to Will Myers. That doesn't mean he has to look for it. What you can do is just shift the field. We've seen plenty of times Will Myers has powered the baseball to right center. That keeps you on that slow breaking ball, and you can pull it down the left field line.
Myers 0 for 2. He is flat out to the warning track and left. Last time up, popped out to the first baseman. Strike 1. Eighty-one pitches right now for the Brewers starter Chase Anderson. He's given up an additional run here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now he walks Myers. That's the 3rd walk allowed by Chase Anderson.
Mark, I mentioned it earlier. You weren't here yet. I think it was the 2nd inning, but that's beneficial both to the hitter and to the guy on deck and other hitters when Will Myers takes pitches like that to earn the walk.
Yeah,
correct.
I agree. And if you're paying attention to the game, whether you're in the lineup or not, you want to watch certain hitters, especially right-handed hitters. If you are a right-handed hitter, you're watching how they're attacking Will Myers. In that situation, it looked like he didn't want any part of him.
Ryan Schimpf batting for the 3rd time, has struck out, popped out. Chases the change, and it's 0-1.
See how Ryan Schimpf stands on the plate? He's to me as a pitcher, I'm pulling the string on him all the time. I'm going down and away. If I'm going in, I'm missing in, because to me, when a hitter does that, he's looking to turn on the fastball. In.
Ryan Schimpf, we had 9 home runs so far in the year. Had 20 all of last year. They're coming back in again.
Slow him down, speed him up.
Anderson has touched 95 a few times tonight. He likes the road the last 10 starts.
We go back to July of last year for his last road loss, as Myers extends that lead a little bit more at first base. Swinging a foul tip. So a changeup, fastball, changeup so far here to Schimpf.
Throw over to first. So if Donnie was going to throw a changeup,
Yeah.
If Donnie's throwing a changeup, how are you throwing it?
I'm throwing it like this. This is my circle.
Show the
change.
camera, don't show us.
It's my circle change right
Oh,
there.
You got to show your circle.
My circle's right there.
There it is.
Yeah. And then it goes out, and then it does this. Like that.
It tumbles. How's it going to do that? It's nasty. Nasty.
That is nasty. If you
I'm
could do
saying
that,
it has
You
no
could not
chance
hit
of
it.
making it to the plate.
Swing and a miss. Running is Myers, but doesn't matter. That's strikeout number 3 there to end the inning. We'll work on my changeup when we come back. 4-2 Padres. San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by your San Diego Lexus dealer. Invites you to test drive a Lexus today. And by Saquon, sign up for the Padres Club Card today. Sixth inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. Some light rain falling from time to time here so far tonight. Some good pitching by Luis Perdomo, who has 8 strikeouts through the first 5 innings. And season high for the Padres belongs to Trevor Cahill, who had struck out 9 on April 26th at Arizona. Perdomo sitting on 8 as he deals with 2, 3, and 4 in the Brewers order here in the 6th inning. Sogard, Perez, and Aguilar.
okay, third time through the order, we saw Villar to end the 5th. So third time around for Sogard, Perez, and Aguilar. See if Luis Perdomo incorporates more of that off-speed stuff.
Down the left field line, headed towards the corner, and that ball will be a foul ball.
See if he straightens him up here with that two-seam fastball in. Yep.
Line foul off to the left.
Missed big time.
This location.
Big time location. That was up and away. Watch where Hedges' glove is, down and in, and this one leaks up and away.
On the ground, right side. Spangenberg slides to his right. We're out number 1 of the 6th inning. Well, a lot of stuff working for Perdomo tonight, especially the slider.
Let's take a look at it. When a hitter has 2 strikes on him, you can expand the strike zone. Look at Perdomo gets the strike out there. And you watch the glove of Austin Hedges, and he's doing a fine job of hitting his spots. Righties and lefties alike. This one he misses a little bit, but you know what? It's down below the knees, and you really can't get hurt there. The hitter's out in front of it a little bit, and it works to the advantage of Luis Perdomo.
And with 1 out here is Hernan Perez, who almost ducked into that pitch, but gets out of the way. Bob Scanlon, your thoughts on Luis Perdomo tonight?
You know, I'm so impressed with his slider to the right-handers, the depth that it has. I mean, it almost reminds me sometimes of the Tyson Ross slider in terms of how much downward action it has. But I think what's been even more impressive is his ability to throw backdoor on the left-handers with it at times tonight as well. Great command of both sides.
Still throwing hard, too. Last pitch at 96 miles an hour. Hernan Perez here, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled his last time up, came around to score the 2nd Brewers run. Hangs at 2-2. Middle of the order is where all these hits are. Perez, Aguilar, and Santana. They have all the hits that the Brewers have in this game, which is 4. Thought about it. Did he go? No. They check with first base umpire and crew chief Bill Miller. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Great analysis. Really breaking it down.
Okay, I'm going to bang him. He went. He went. I thought he went.
The short high bar plants and throws, and that's out number 2 of the 6th inning. 2 ground ball outs, 2 down.
Tomorrow on Inside San Diego Sports, find out who the game changers are in the San Diego community. Plus, one local high school is raising money and awareness for cancer research to honor one of their own. That's tomorrow after Padres Live right here on Fox Sports San Diego.
2 down here in the 6th inning, 7 in a row retired by Perdomo. Jesus Aguilar, 1 for 2 in the ball game.
You know what I love?
What's that?
I love it when you'll say something, we'll show a replay or something, and you'll comment. You know, you'll comment on something, and we'll show a replay, and I'll just go, and you
So
say,
good.
and you say what?
That's great analysis.
He'll look at me, he'll go, that's great analysis.
It's really good. What we missed for the last 5 days. Texas and Chicago. You didn't think much of my changeup, did you? You don't think I get anybody out?
Well, if you could do that,
yeah,
you'd be doing something really special.
The way I was throwing it was wrong.
Yeah, having the ball rotate opposite out of your hand.
That's strike 2, 2-2.
Now that's pinpoint control from Perdomo. You notice that last pitch, he really didn't fall off to the side that much, the first base. I think when Luis falls off to the first base side a little bit, that's when he's off with his delivery. But if he stays on line.
Driven to deep left field, and it'll hook foul. Not the distance, but a foul ball down that left field line.
You know, when I've talked to kids pitching, I said, you know what, imagine your cap is going straight to the catcher's glove. You know, you let go of the baseball and your momentum is still going that way. If you fall off to the side, it's going to release your release point a little bit.
High drive to center off the bat of Aguilar at the wall. That ball is gone. Home run. Aguilar gets his third of the year, and it's a one-run game. Aguilar thought Margot may have caught that ball out there in center. Just out of the reach of Manuel Margot out there in center field.
And the reaction from Manuel Margot is that he thinks he should have had this ball. It's the hanging slider. Working underneath it, giving time, the flash look, the warning track, and the leap. Oh, he drew leather on it, it looked like. No?
I think he did.
See if his glove changes direction a little bit. Oh!
Time to leap, tried to come down with it, and so close. Fouled off to the right. Well, that's what the Brewers do. They hit home runs. And Jesus Aguilar has hit one right here, second hit of the night. Brings the Brewers closer. It's now 4-3 Padres.
What a great effort by Manuel. And you know what? Not only pitchers, but everybody appreciates that. Teammates in the dugout, obviously the fans, but he timed it perfectly, just couldn't come up with it. Not an easy play.
Domingo Santana 2 for 2 in the game. Double and a single, and Perdomo landed well before the plate. Trying to grab his bearings here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Santana. 9 strikeouts for Perdomo. Home run for Aguilar. It's now 4-3 Padres. For the bottom of the 6th inning, I want to remind you the day after the Padres score 5 or more runs, get 50% off any regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. Enter promo code Padres5. Now the Padres have 4 right now on top by a run as we head here to the bottom of the 6th inning. Chase Anderson back on the mound again for Milwaukee. 86 pitches deep into his outing, and it's Austin Hedges who leads it off here for San Diego. Hedges has been aboard twice without the benefit of a base hit tonight. He has walked twice. Now he lines one to left. Franklin going in. Now it's up over his head. Gonna one hop the wall. Hedges thinking 2. Headed to second base, standing with a double. Well, Nick Franklin misplayed that ball. He actually started in, ends up over his head. 3rd time Hedges has been on tonight.
This ball not only is struck well, the two-seamer keeps his head down nicely, drives through this baseball. But it looks like this ball just keeps taking off. And as you mentioned, Don, you made the right call. Franklin, and that's the point of no return. That's got to be one of the worst feelings for an outfielder.
Eric Johnson, the pitching coach, out there again. Action in the pen for the first time. Hughes up now for the Brewers. Four to 3. Padres have the lead, looking to add on. Leadoff double for Hedges. Ibar standing in. Ibar with a single in the 2nd. Came around to score the 2nd Padres run. Flying out to the warning track in right field on a ball that he thought he got out of the yard. I thought he got it out of the yard too. It was caught out there by Domingo Santana. Fly ball, right center field. Keon Broxton makes the catch as Hedges going to try to get to 3rd. Here comes the throw, and it is cut off. Hedges standing to 3rd base with 1 out on the flyout by Eric Ibar to center field.
That's a play by Austin Hedges. As soon as that ball was struck, you see the center fielder name and number towards the infield. He is going back to tag up. Still going back on it is Broxton. Stands up into 3rd base. Another fly ball, a wild pitch. Pass ball. The Padres hopefully add on.
Here comes Craig Counsell as Chase Anderson has thrown his last pitch. 90 pitches in his outing. Got him 5 1/3, a little deeper than his last couple of outings. He's not been able to get out of the 5th inning lately. He does tonight. Departs responsible for the runner at 3rd for 3 Padres. Brewers with one out here in the 6th inning. Now it's time for our pitching change, brought to you by El Cajon Ford, as Jared Hughes into the game.
16th game for the right-hander for the Brewers. Throws the four-seamer, the sinker, also changeup and the slider. About 93, 94 on that fastball, and you can see the high numbers. This is where the Padres need to make hay. Lefties 280, and the righties at a cool 300 off of the right-hander Hughes.
You get Austin Hedges at third base, one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chase Anderson now a spectator. He departs after 5 1/3, giving up 6 hits, walked 3, struck out 5, and still responsible for Hedges at third. Infield in. Hunter Renfroe. Big swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, runner at third base and less than 2 outs. 2 for 4 in that category. Down 0-2.
And you can see why Craig Counsell brings in Hughes. Tall, lanky, arm swing, but the two-seamer, heavy sinker. Infield is in, not all the way, just at the edge of the grass. They want to get that grounder, keep that runner at third base.
Bounced in, blocked by Bandy. In all the way around with Hedges at third base and 1 out. Hedges doubled to begin the inning. Fly ball to center, got him to third. Evens up at 2-2.
Hey, good eye laying off those two-seamers after falling behind.
Chop foul, will do it again, 2-2. Jared Hughes started the year in the DL. Strained lat. Came back at the end of April the 30th, and now getting regular reps out of the Brewers bullpen, and comes into this game with 1 out. Runner at third base here in the 6th. Padres holding on to a 1-run lead. 2-2 to Renfroe. Swing and a foul tip, held onto for strike 3. Bandy able to grab it, and Renfroe strikes out. So 2 outs now here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Alan Cordoba.
Nothing but two-seamers, hard two-seamers down in the zone to get Renfroe. And here's the put-away pitch. Below the knees.
Cordoba 0 for 2. He's popped out his second, flied out to right. Hervis Solarte has come out on deck here for the Padres. Ball 2, 2-0. So Solarte would bat for Perdomo if we get that far. There are 2 outs in the inning. Kirby Yates up in the pen for the Padres. Saw him yesterday in Chicago. Worked an inning in that ball game. Ball 3, 3-0.
No, when he misses down, doesn't he? I mean, he is he's concentrating on putting that ball at the knees or below, hoping that these Padre hitters swing at it.
Cordoba taking all the way, takes a strike. The 3rd time in this game Cordoba's had a 3-ball count. The first time he popped out a second time he flied out to right, but here he is again. Good hitters count here, 3-1. Full count now.
Nasty two-seam action in, down and in. That's tough to square up.
Hedges at third base with 2 outs in the inning and a payoff pitch. Cordoba takes ball 4 and goes down to first base. So a 2-out walk, and we will see Yangervis Solarte coming up here. So that is a night for Luis Perdomo, who struck out a season high 9 in 6 innings of work and threw 89 pitches. 3 runs in the game and gets congratulations all the way around in the dugout. Didn't walk anybody, about 5 hits, 3 runs all earned. Outstanding effort, and pitcher of record right now for the Padres as Solarte is introduced.
And how about Luis swinging the shillelagh tonight?
Yeah, how about that?
A triple and a double.
Tremendous
for the right-hander.
So here is Solarte, first and third, 2 down. 237, 3 homers, 20 runs batted in. On the ground, back to the pitcher. Hughes will flip to first base and out of the jam. The Padres strand a pair in the 6th inning. 4-3 San Diego.
Had another CT scan yesterday on his foot, and as the edema subsided, they can see in the middle of the navicular bone a fracture that they couldn't see earlier, and it's going to keep him out at least another 6 weeks right now at this point in time. So Travis is, needless to say, pretty bummed by that news, but we are as well. It's something that just takes time to heal.
Andy Green sharing some disappointing news about outfielder Travis Jankowski. As he's relayed right there, actually there is a fracture in the navicular bone of his right foot. Now remember, that injury actually took place on April 14th back in the series versus the Atlanta Braves. He swung at a pitch, fouled it off that right foot in the very first at bat of that series. He played the rest of that game and jokingly said to one of the opposing players, "Hey, I think I broke my foot." The next day he got the day off. He then played the next 7 days before the Padres finally realized it was still hurting him. It wasn't getting any better. He went on the 10-day disabled list. They were hoping that it was a bone bruise, but as we know now, it's a fracture, 6 weeks possibly. It's not a bone that gets a lot of blood flow, so it may take a little longer to heal. Disappointing news, and obviously they want to make sure that that bone is 100% healthy before he comes back. He relies on those feet, guys.
Yeah, Scan, that's a big thing too. His feet, his legs, all of that is part of his game, and he's got to be 100% before he can come back, and certainly that's disappointing news for Travis.
It is, and you look at Travis on the bench there. He's talking with hitting coach Alan Zinter. They're going over charts, probably going over scouting reports. I mean, the legs you probably won't be able to use. But you can use your mind, right? And you can go over hitters, you can go over pitchers. You can still learn the game from that capacity, and it looks like Travis is doing just that with Alan Zinter.
Well, Nick Franklin leading it off here against Kirby Yates, the new Padres pitcher. Ninth appearance for Yates.
Numbers with the Angels and the Padres. He's got the four-seam sinker. Yes, it is a four-seamer. And he also throws a slider and a changeup. Always working from the stretch. And somewhat of a short armor, too. That ball comes quickly out of the back of the cap, and I would guess for a hitter can be at times quite difficult to pick up.
Well, career high 9 strikeouts in this game for Perdomo in the first 6 innings. The last thing Yates really wanted to do right there, walk the leadoff hitter here in the 7th inning. Nick Franklin down to first base to get it started here in a 1-run game. And it brings up Jed Bandy. Last 3 for Kirby Yates. Was working yesterday, going an inning with a strikeout. Bandy 0 for 2. He is struck out, grounded into a double play. That was against Perdomo, now dealing with Yates.
He really worked underneath that last pitch. That was an 85-mile-an-hour slider well up and out of the zone. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Lead runner on here in the 7th inning. Jed Bandy with a count of 1-0. You look at the lead of Nick Franklin. Check on him right away. Perdomo tonight went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out a career high 9. Trying to get his first decision of the year, and on the winning side right now, holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning. Action for the Padres in the pen. Outside, and it's 2-0. Brad Hand is that action in the pen for the Padres. As Darren Balsley headed out there to talk to Yates, who has some trouble right now finding the strike zone. The first batter that he faced to begin this inning. Now he has fallen behind Bandy. 2-0. Bandy now. Keon Broxton waiting on deck. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. Andy coming in, hitting at .284 in the year. And the start behind the dish in this one. A former Angel with 5 home runs on the year. Inside, and it's 3-1.
Well, you can see what Yates is trying to do. The infield swung around to pull a little bit. He's pounding him in. Keep the ball on that left side and try to turn 2. Dangerous pitch coming up here.
Runner starts and stops, and that's ball 4. So Kirby Yates comes in and walks the first 2 hitters that he faces. Closed captioning is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Here comes Andy Green after the 2 walks by Kirby Yates, and Andy's going to come and make the change here. Brad Hand will be coming into the game. Padres right now have a 4-3 lead.
The Padres lead by 1 over the Brewers. Hey, Padre fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Presented by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Download the app and take Padres baseball wherever you go.
Brad Hand into the game. 3rd arm used by the Padres. 2nd this inning. And had yesterday off, but back in there again today.
Well, it's crunch time, a high leverage situation. The Padres in the bunt position defensively, his 19th game for Brad Hand. High on the strikeouts.
Keon Broxton, the batter. And a broken back grounder to shortstop. Ibar to second. Bad throw, and they get the 1 out, throw to 3rd, and that's all they'll get is that 1 out at second base. Broken bat ended up heading out to shortstop. So Ibar had to worry about that, but they do get the middleman in Bandy. 6-4 on the force out. Throw was off the mark. And Spangenberg then went to 3rd, trying to get Franklin.
Well, it looks like Corey was
going away.
It looked like he wasn't going towards the back there. You know what? I thought he may have anticipated Ibar taking it himself.
Yep.
Don't you think?
I think so. Because the route he took was to get out of the way.
I think you're absolutely right.
We're going to have a pinch hitter here. In the pitcher's spot, it is Manny Pena. Comes off the bench, and again, quite a bench that Craig Counsell's got in this ball game tonight. Thames and Shaw still on the bench for him. Pena will take strike 1.
Well, Brad Hand has the tons of strikeouts. And there you see the great rotation on the number 2, the curveball. And he can throw it for a strike. There's no doubt about that.
Runner goes at first, and Myers will keep an eye on him while looking at the runner at 3rd. He's going to get by Myers and get back to the bag. Throw to 3rd, safe there. Now they had Broxton picked off at first base. But then Myers had to keep an eye on the runner at 3rd. And they're not going to challenge here on that play at 3rd base.
You know, I think the ideal situation should have been here. Will Myers should have gave up the rock right there, because then Ibar's got his momentum going to 1st. If you get him, fine. If not, that runner, if he takes off to home, he's got momentum to where he can turn and throw to home plate. It just didn't work out that way.
So still first and third here with one out. Pena goes around for strike two. Pena swings and misses, and on the backswing, it's Hedges, and there's going to be a catcher's. Because of that backswing here, returning to first base is going to be Broxton. So he interfered with the catcher.
Wow.
And so back to first goes Broxton because he had second base stolen.
Yeah, that's batter's interference, Don. You're exactly right on the catcher. On the backswing. Oh.
Right on the top of the head. So Pena strikes out, a big strikeout, but Austin Hedges trying to shake off the cobwebs now as Andy Green heads to the mound. So far, this is a strategic group discussion, not a change, and nobody warming right now in the pen.
Well, Villar will be now hitting from the right side, the switch hitter. I think Andy Green just wants to make sure, in the event of possible of a double steal, the runner takes off, just so everybody's on the same page. Boy, Austin, that's got to be, I tell you, you talk about getting your bell rung right there.
Well, Jonathan Villar 0 for 3 in the game. He's grounded out, struck out, grounded out again. And it's Tand in his career 1 for 1. In the dirt, and Hedges to his left to block that with that tying run. Just 90 feet away at third base. Nick Franklin at third. Keon Broxton across the diamond at first with 2 outs here in the 7th. Batting from the right side here against the lefty, and just 179 average right-handed. Went around very tardy on that fastball. There's late and then there's that.
It was the, I want to swing, but now I want to hold up.
But I'll do it in slow motion.
Right.
In the dirt, and the runner will try for second base. No throw. And taking second base on likely a wild pitch is Keon Broxton. So now you got 2 Brewers in scoring position.
I'll tell you what, folks. If you're at home watching, stand up and applaud Austin Hedges. This kid just got a Louisville slugger to the noggin at, I don't know how much force, to the top of the lid, and he's blocked 2 ball-saving runs for the Padres. He is a stud back there behind home plate. Yes, he did.
They check. No, says Bill Miller, first base umpire.
Oh my goodness gracious. If he hits it, it's a double. He went on that.
3-1 now to Jonathan VR. Franklin at third, Broxton at second. Big pitch here to VR. And it's ball 4. Down to first base he goes. Third walk of the inning allowed by Padres pitching. The first by Brad Hand. So bases are filled with Brewers, and it brings up Eric Sogard. Sogard has flied out to center and hit by a pitch and grounded out to second base. .480 his career batting average with the bases loaded. Ball 1. Padres holding on to a 1-run lead, but it's in jeopardy right now. Ball 2, 2-0. The inning started with Kirby Yates coming in. He walked Franklin and Bandy. Broxton reached on a fielder's choice, a force out at second base of Bandy. Pena strikes out. And then VR walks to load the bases here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning.
Hey, something a catcher might say there. Hey, nice and easy now. Try not to throw it by the guy. Make a good pitch. Come towards me, and we'll get out of this thing. Kind of like a little breather plus a little pick-me-up. Lefty on lefty. Advantage should be Hand.
There's a strike, and it's 2-1.
Lefty's 3 for 23 going into this game, hitting 130 off of the left-hander Brad Hand.
Strike 2, and it's 2-2. Sogard is yet to swing. Two pitch. On the ground to shortstop. Ibar will go to first, and he gets it there in time. Brad Hand out of a big mess here in the 7th inning. They leave him loaded. 7th inning stretch. Padres have a 4-3 lead. Has homered in 4 straight games, and this one against the Chicago White Sox. That's the team the Padres just saw, and he has been hot. Angels right now leading the White Sox 5-3. They're in the 8th inning in Anaheim. 4-3 here. Padres have a lead. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. And a new pitcher coming up here is Carlos Torres into the game now for the Brew Crew. 20th appearance of the year for Torres.
Well, the walks are there. That's one thing you have to look at. Fewer strikeouts than innings pitched. And righties almost hit 300 off the right-hander, Carlos Torres.
Top of the Padres order is what he'll be dealing with here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Margot, Spangenberg, and Myers. Anybody gets on, Ryan Schimpf will have a chance. Well has struck out, grounded out, and popped out. Fly ball down the right field line. Domingo Santana steps into foul ground and makes the catch. One down here in the 7th inning as Margot fouls out. That'll bring up Corey Spangenberg.
Well, Carlos Torres pretty much four-seamer. He'll throw a cutter as well and mix in a curveball. All the other pitches are kind of like just show-me pitches. Touches about 92, 93 on his fastball.
Trying a little drag bunt here for Spangenberg, and he will reach. Bunt single for Spangenberg with 1 out. Good idea.
He placed this perfectly, and check me if I'm wrong here, but does this ball check up like a nice little wedge shot? Look at it, checks up a little bit, kind of slows down, the race is on, and you're not going to beat Corey Spangenberg when he places a bunt like that. Speed is something you can always bring to the ballpark, Don.
1 out, 1 on, and it brings up Will Myers. Padres would love to gain some insurance here. On top by a run in the last of the 7th inning. Myers is flied out to the warning track in left field, popped out to first, and walked in this one. 4th plate appearance of the night. And a big rip there. Top hand came off the bat. He swung so hard.
That'll happen.
For the first, and back to the bag is Spangenberg. Myers lifts it down the right field line, headed foul. Gets a new bat. Comes back here with 1 out. Spangenberg at first base, who has not tried to steal yet, and Myers finds himself in the hole, 0-2. Carlos Torres now on the mound for the Brewers, their 3rd pitcher of the night. Pitch for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. For the first, and back to the bag is Spangenberg. 72 relief appearances last year for Milwaukee after being signed as a free agent. 3-3 out of the pen, 2.73 ERA, and had 2 saves for the Brewers. And Myers rips it right back where it came from and into center field. Base hit for Myers. Up to second goes Spangenberg with 1 out in the 7th inning. Padres have something going.
Nothing wrong with a little station-to-station baseball here, and that ball, look at that ball knuckle off the bat. You talk about squaring it up. That's squaring up a baseball when it doesn't have a lot of rotation on it. The knuckleball up the middle, and I love the ground ball to the center fielder.
Well, the Padres with runners in scoring position tonight, 3 for 9. And Ryan Schimpf coming up here with runners at first and second and 1 away. Oh for 3 tonight. He struck out, popped out, struck out again.
Got to be honest with you, I don't know what the signs were by Bandy out in front of home. I mean, Ryan Schimpf, he's swinging away here.
Possible double steal.
Good call. Nice cutter right there.
You got Spangenberg at second, Myers at first. Good speed.
You've got the front door open for Bandy as we take a look at this cutter. With the left-handed hitter Schimpf, he's got a clear throw to third base.
Bluff has Spangenberg diving back.
Sometimes teams will put on place the second pitch, the third pitch. That could have been a sign given as well, that pickoff right there, because there was a pitch and then the pickoff attempt at second base. It's another cut fastball in. Bandy gets the call.
So Schimpf down 1 and 2 here with 1 out in the inning.
Got to throw him another one, don't you?
Swing and a miss, and on the curveball that time, and Schimpf strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Well, he went with the cutter and now the curveball to put him away. Hard stuff, soft with the curveball.
2 down, 2 on, and it brings up Austin Hedges, who's had a nice night. He's not been retired yet. Walked in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, or doubling in the 6th inning. Popped up foul. It's 0-2. Margot fouled out to begin this inning. The bunt single by Spangenberg. Single to center by Myers. Schimpf strikes out. 2 down, 2 on. And now Hedges down 0-2. Chase Anderson on the hook tonight for the Brewers right now. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. He walked 3, struck out 5. Then Jared Hughes came in for 2/3 of an inning to finish off the 6th inning. But it is Carlos Torres now working to Austin Hedges with Ibar waiting on deck. Two and 2. Fastball away. Padres out hitting the Brewers 8-5 in this game. Action in the Padres pen. Torres up out there, and Padres have already used Kirby Yates and Brad Hand in this game. Swing and a miss. Hedges strikes out. Promising inning. But the Padres do not score as we head to the 8th inning. 4-3 San Diego.
In the top of the 8th inning, Brad Hand is in. Need to see some quality relief.
Obviously, the relievers have to step up, especially a one-run ball game. They have to lock this one in. This is a big one, especially the first one of the series.
Yeah, for Luis Perdomo, it would be his first win of the season, so that'd be certainly nice to obtain for the Padres. Well, Mark and I see on Padres Live, the postgame show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. We'll have whatever happens on the field. That goes without saying. But we'll also take you around the league. Some great highlights to show you, and you'll hear from Andy Green. Plus, we get you set for Game 2 of this 4-game series after the final out. Don and Mark.
All right, Mike and Mark, thanks very much. Brad Hand back out there again, and he works here. Perez sends one to shallow right. Renfroe is not going to get there. Neither is Spangenberg. It rolls out towards right. Perez is heading for third base, and he will get there. Just a flare to right field. It turns out to be a triple here for Perez.
You talk about some bad luck right off the bat here to start the 8th. It looks like Hunter Renfroe was starting to go towards the line, and then he broke in. Now it gets to the point where you need some communication, and I'm just thankful that nobody gets hurt on this one, because this could have been gnarly. This could have been really nasty. The ball drops in, and then I don't know what Perez was thinking. He's finally turning it on. He wasn't going at all to first base. He thought the ball was going to be caught.
Stands at third base now, though, with nobody out. Jesus Aguilar now the batter with the infield in.
We talk about it all the time, right? Benches and bullpens. You look at the teams that are consistently in the run every year in September. You look at their bullpen and you look at their benches, and they can lock it down.
And going to the fastball there to even the count down 1-1.
Okay, Brad Hand's got some work to do. There has been situations where runner at third to lead off has been left stranded. Got to work down in the zone. Hopefully a ball hit at one of the Padre infielders. Early, make a good pitch, work for the grounder. 2 strikes, work for the strikeout.
Swing and a miss. He was out over that, and it's 2-2.
Way out in front of this. Wasn't even really one of the better breaking balls, but because it was not a hard breaking ball, kind of took something off it looked like.
And it slowly rolled up there.
Yeah. Aguilar swung. He was way out in front of it.
Tying run 90 feet away right there in Perez. That's ball 3. Padres relief walk 3 in the 7th inning. And a full count right now with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Strike 3 call. That'll work. Penn gets out number 1 of the 8th, his 2nd K.
Brad Haddon 1/3 of the way there with the runner at third base. And this pitch here, frozen pizza. 94. After throwing breaking ball, cannot pull the trigger.
So 1 out. That'll bring up Domingo Santana. Was doubled, singled, and struck out. A single in the 4th drove in 2 runs. RBIs 14 and 15 of the year. Infield in at the lip of the grass. And a ground ball, base hit down the right field line. In from third is Perez to tie the score. Heading to second is Santana, and he will be out. Renfroe throws him out at second base, but this game is tied 4-4. Third RBI of the night for Domingo Santana. And you can erase Luis Perdomo from a decision here again tonight.
Accurate, strong, effective. Hunter Renfroe.
2 down, bases empty. Nick Franklin sprays it foul to the right. So Perdomo tonight, who went 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a career high 9 batters. Will not be part of the decision. He left with a chance for a win. Needed help from the bullpen, and Brewers have tied it up here in the 8th. Strike 2. Franklin not excited about that strike call. Says some stuff down at Hamari now, and then go back and forth a little bit. Five pitches in relief here for Brad Hand at the final 2 outs of the 7th inning, and the first 2 here of the 8th. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Franklin, but the damage is done. Brewers get a run, tie the score 4-4. Perdomo had a good night at the plate and tripled in the second inning for his first hit of the year. Then he comes back and doubles in the fifth inning. So Perdomo, who had been 0 for 6 coming in at the plate, with a triple and a double before he left this game, and he pitched great. Career high 9 strikeouts, but will not be part of the decision. Brewers have tied the score with a run in the top of the 8th, and it is 4-4 with Ibar, Renfroe, and Cordoba scheduled to bat here. Jacob Barnes, the new pitcher, coming in now for the Brewers.
Well, the 21st game for Jacob Barnes. A little on the walk on the wild side with 10, but the strikeouts are there. Boy, it's amazing. The splits. We talked about Perdomo's splits before the game. How about the splits here for Barnes? Righties 188, lefties 270. That tells me he probably focuses on one side of the plate.
Starting with Ibar, lefty here. In the last of the 8th inning in a 4-4 ball game. Ibar 1 for 2 with a sac fly in this game. Center fielder Keon Broxton over towards left center. Good sized gap in right center. And a strike over the inside corner. Both sides have been talking to Adam Hamari in tonight's game. Barnes last pitched on Saturday against the Mets. Perfect 7th inning, 2 strikeouts in that outing. Sure made his major league debut. First time he's been on a major league roster to begin this season. Total of 27 relief appearances last year after he got called up to begin June the 2nd. Had some elbow soreness last year. Ended up on the DL for the better part of a month. Popped up right side. Jonathan Villar for the first out of the 8th inning. So Ibar retired. That'll bring up Hunter Renfroe. 2-run double for Renfroe back in the 2nd inning. Since then, he has struck out twice. 1 for 3 night for Hunter.
Well, hopefully in this inning it's bad news for Barnes with the Padres. Remember Bad News Barnes? Spirits of St. Louis?
Miss the strike 1. I do not.
Looking for a rally. Bad News rally. Bad News Barnes. Marvin Barnes?
Marvin Barnes, the basketball player? Providence College?
Yeah.
I know Marvin Barnes.
So you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're looking for some bad news against Barnes here for the Padres here in the 8th. Nice.
Alan Cordoba waiting on deck. A little bit low. And it's 3-1.
Curveball.
Ball 4 and down to first base goes Hunter Renfroe.
That was a tight breaking ball, so 2 is probably the cut fastball or a slider from Barnes, and that's a start with 1 out here.
Alan Cordoba coming up. He walked his last time up. Total of 5 walks allowed in this game by Brewers pitching. Down and in, almost got away. Nice play by Bandy, and he's going to head out here and talk to Barnes. Pitching coach headed back out there again. Derek Johnson, who's been out there quite a bit tonight. This is game 1 of a 4-game series. Tomorrow night in game 2, it'll be Jimmy Nelson matched up against Clayton Richard. Richard will be making his 9th start. Nelson his 8th start. 1-2 for Nelson. 2-4 so far for Richard. And we'll get you started with Padres Live at 6:30 tomorrow night. Game 2 of this 4-game series. One out, one on. Alec Cordoba heading the count 1-0 in a 4-4 game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. On the ground to shortstop, picked there by Sogard. To second for 1, on to first, not in time. With the lead runner and Renfroe, 6-4 on the force out. Nice play by Sogard, and Cordoba will reach at first base with 2 down.
Cordoba getting down the line very nicely to get. This was a, what do you call it? A lawn cutter?
Grass cutter.
A grass cutter, hit sharply, and quickly getting rid of it is VR, and you can see the speed of Cordoba getting down the line. Just beats it out.
So after 2 innings of relief for Brad Hand, pinch hitter here for him is Luis Sardinez. Go to first, and back to the bag is Cordoba. .178 for Sardinez. No homers and a run batted in. Into his 26th game of the year. A 4-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. But back to the bag, held on by Jesus Aguilar. Fourth batter that Barnes has faced since coming into this game. With 2 down and Cordoba at first base. Potential go-ahead run here in the 8th. Jammed and fouls it to the screen. A 1-1 pitch. Foul. Actually is going to go to first base. Two down, Cordoba at first, and Sardinez waiting on a 1-1. Swing and a miss. That was kind of buried down and in. He chased.
That's the perfect placement for that cut fastball, slider, whatever you want to call it. But if he throws that for a strike and it speeds up Sardinez's bat, you know, that spells trouble down that right field line. But he threw that in a perfect position. Looked like a strike and then ended up by the back foot. throw over to first base right here. Not a big lead at all.
And he throws it away, but it hit the umpire, and he's going to be safe getting back. That ball was headed down the right field line, and Cordoba would have been on his way. Now 1-2. Aguilar holding him on at first base. Fouled off to the left, and Sardinia staying alive. "16 pitches so far for Barnes since coming into this game." Ibar popped out, run for a walked. Cordoba grounding into the fielder's choice. He's at first with 2 down in the inning. Swing and a miss. Sardinia is late on the 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He strikes out to end the inning. Hit for the ninth, tied 4-4. Padres baseball brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup. Choose at Nissan.com. And by Petco, your complete pet store with all the services you need. Ninth inning tied up 4-4. And Jose Torres into the game here for the Padres. Torres into his 19th game of the year. Left-hander coming in here in a tie game in the ninth.
Nice lefty-righty splits, but you see the high ERA. That means giving up some big hits when the hits are put in play. Only 1 walk to go with 20 strikeouts for Jose Torres. Pitched in Chicago a couple days ago, 2/3 of an inning.
Now Brad Hand went 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run. He would walk 1 and strike out 3. 12 strikeouts in the game for Padres pitching, as Perdomo had 9 in his 6 innings of work. And here's Jet Bandy to lead it off here against Torres in the 9th inning. Brewers catcher takes ball 1. He struck out, bounced into a 6-4-3 double play, and walked on the night. In the air to shallow left center field. It's Manuel Margot. for out number 1 of the 9th inning. Well, that'll take us to Keon Broxton. Broxton has struck out twice, once looking, once swinging, and last time up grounded into a fielder's choice.
You know, you look at so many things over the course of a ball game. The way that Perdomo was throwing that leadoff 4th inning, he hit the guy in the foot, right? Led to 2 runs that inning. And then I think of the great effort by Manuel Margot in center field, trying to snatch it back. That home run off the bat of Aguilar. He drew leather on it.
Aguilar's 3rd home run. That got him back within a run. Then they tied it up in the 8th inning after a triple by Perez. Started that inning. Fouled off to the right. Oh, 1-2 here to Broxton. Garcia has come out on deck. He would pinch it in the pitcher's spot.
Ooh. See, I think that's a strike. I think a legitimate strike.
We get another look here. Would have been a high strike, but it would have been a strike.
Yeah, it's right at the belt buckle, right?
Yep. That straightens him up and evens a count at 2-2. Jose Torres, 4th arm used by Andy Green in this game.
If the strike zone is going to be called the way it is, they should raise the mound about 6 inches. I say even it out. If you want a smaller strike zone, raise the mound for the pitchers.
To right field, Renfroe is there, and he makes the catch below the cap high. 2 down. Ended up being in the perfect spot out there in right field, 2 away.
And that is because Torres hitting his spots, and the spray charts show that he hits the ball that way. Just a little bit to his right to squeeze it for the out.
Orlando Arcia coming up. 222, 4 homers and 14 runs batted in. They still have Thames on that bench too. Shaw hurt his finger yesterday. Not sure about his availability. But also on the bench tonight for Craig Counsell. Strike 1, 1-1. Garcia, the normal shortstop. It's a high fly ball to left field. Cordoba has room. Still backpedaling. Just shy of the track, makes the catch. 3 fly ball outs in the 9th. Padres coming up in the bottom of the 9th, trying to win it. We go as the Padres try to take game 1 of this 4-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. And Corey Knebel coming into this game. He pitched yesterday against the Mets. And went the 9th inning, had a strikeout, got his first save of the season, 3rd career save. And 1 for 2 in that category on the year, but he's coming in here in a tie game on the road, which is unusual. It'll be the top of the Padres order that he's dealing with: Margot, Spangenberg, and Myers. Everybody gets on, Ryan Schimpf will have a chance. Well, the last time the Padres had a walk-off win, August 19th last year against the Diamondbacks. Schimpf with that 3-run home run in the 10th inning to walk it off.
Well, they got the right part of the lineup coming up. Just like starting out the ball game, the leadoff man coming to the dish, and that is Manuel Margot.
Well, Margot 0 for 4 in the ball game. He was struck out, grounded out, popped out, and fouled out. Good a time as any to get his first hit of the night here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Fouls it off to the right, aggressively jumping on that first pitch. .97 from the right-hander.
Yeah, he's pretty much dominant with the fastball. Corey Knebel, you see the last 3 outings, 2 hits. There's the curveball. Pretty much forcing fastball and curveball. Very rarely will he throw a changeup. Fastball up around 96.
Wild swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. They got to throw him out, and they do. As Margot strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Out number 1 of the 9th inning.
Well, there's the curveball, and he wants it buried with a 1-2 count, and a nice job going to his right. His bandy. That is tough to lay off.
So with 1 out here in the 9th, it brings up Corey Spangenberg. 2 for 4 on the night with a single to center in the 5th, had a bunt single in the 7th inning. A single in the 5th drove in Luis Perdomo with the 4th Padres run of the night. Picked up his 4th RBI of the year. On the corner, and it evens at 1-1.
You know, Bandy behind the plate, I've noticed this all night. He sticks it pretty well back there. He keeps that glove really tight. Doesn't take pitches out of the zone. If anything, he'll try to wrap them back in. Like that last curveball, he caught it low and kind of brought it back up just a little bit.
.97, but off the mark.
Take a look at that curveball that Knebel threw. Watch the glove as it's down right, but he'll get it out there and he'll just kind of just bring it back up. Catch it in the webbing and bring it back up into the zone.
Look out, Spangenberg almost hit, twisting out of the way of a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And now he's got the good hitter's count here, 3-1. Sprays it foul. We'll do it again. Little extra on that. 98.
Oh, yeah, he did. I like that, a little extra. You got to get started a little earlier, get that bat head out in front, let him supply the power, square it up hopefully. Almost got to be guessing number one here.
Ooh, he's coming in.
Yeah.
On the ground, right side, off the glove of Villar into right field, and Spangenberg on with one out in the ninth. So the Padres have a base runner here in the ninth inning. Third hit of the night for Corey Spangenberg.
Just playing pepper, avoiding the strikeout and pulling this fastball. Oh, it looked like a very makeable play for Villar. Maybe the speed of Spangenberg was in the back of his mind there, and that ball actually under his glove, it looked like.
One out, one on, and Will Myers coming up. Right out to the warning track in the first, popped out to first in the third. A walk in the fifth, a single in the seventh.
If he gets a good jump, take it. Good chance for Will Myers to get a fastball as well, right? With Spangenberg on first, a threat to steal. Remember, his curveball is a big looping curveball. It's a power curveball, but still takes that little extra time to get to home plate.
Very concerned with Spangenberg at first base. Represents the winning run.
No doubles defense for the Brewer outfielder as well.
Spangenberg goes. Myers taken all the way. The throw, he is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Corey Spangenberg.
And he threw a curveball. Spangenberg has the luxury of getting a stolen base with the curveball thrown by Knebel. Pop-up slide, stay on that bag. There's the curveball. And you know what? Where that ball was caught by Bandy, that was very impressive.
Intentionally walk Will Myers. So down to first he goes. Taking the bat out of his hands with now first base open. And it brings up Ryan Schimpf.
Good fastball hitter, Ryan Schimpf. Straight fastball from Knebel.
Ryan Schimpf has struck out 3 times in the ball game tonight and popped out. Does have a walk-off home run. Did that last year. Ball one. Catcher Bandy jumping out here, reeling off the signs for the infielders. So what he's going to do here in the double steal possibility. Yeah, Spangenberg at second. He's already stolen a base in this inning.
I think he gave the sign out from the home plate that, hey, the Padres are going to win it right here with Schimpf at the plate.
In there for a strike, 1-1.
Good curveball. That's a good one. Look at the rotation on there. 12-6. Starts at the bill of the cap and ends up just above the knees.
The 1-1 to Schimpf. First he spirals off the backside, no throw. Potential winning run at second base, and Corey Spangenberg. He's got good speed, gaining that lead. Sogard, the shortstop, right in behind him, keeping him relatively close. And again, a bluff in that direction.
Well, we saw that in the first couple of innings with Chase Anderson when there was a runner on second base. He was not afraid to make that pickoff attempt.
He throws this time, and Spangenberg back. Potential winning run at second and Spangenberg in a 4-4 game in the 9th inning. Strike 2. Schimpf now with Hedges waiting on deck. Game in the balance right now. Swing and a miss, and Schimpf strikes out for the 4th time tonight. 2 down.
That's just a good old-fashioned two-seamer coming right at you. Good old country hardball.
So 2 away, 2 on, and it brings up Austin Hedges. He has walked twice, doubled, and struck out. And the catcher headed out to talk to his pitcher. Going to bring the rest of the infield in, or at least the left side anyway. Everybody's coming in now.
Yeah, it's a Shriners convention out there. Adam Hamari, he wants to break up that rock pile right now.
Well, Margot struck out to begin the inning. Spangenberg singled to right. Stole second base. With first base open, they intentionally walked Myers. Schimpf strikes out. 2 down in the 9th inning. And it's up here to Austin Hedges. Winning run at second and Spangenberg. Breaking ball for ball 1. Breaking ball for strike 1, and it's 1-1. Back-to-back curveballs. Fifth batter that Knebel has faced since coming into this game. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
Well, does Bandy bring this one back in the zone? Oh, you bet he does. A ball called a strike. Fastball up here possibly.
Hedges pops it up, foul ground. Perez coming over towards the seats, and that's going to be into the seats. So Hedges staying alive here. More pitches for Knebel, who will throw his 20th of this 9th inning. Spangenberg gains his lead at second base. 4-4 game, last of the 9th inning. And another meeting. Bandy out there again. Will Austin Hedges be the hero tonight for the Padres? Spangenberg represents the winning run. Takes off for third, and that is low and outside, 2-2, and now the winning run is 90 feet away.
Now you have to be heads up for that curveball from Knebel. He just threw a curveball there.
I kind of forgot about Spangenberg. They paid attention to him early in that sequence and then didn't look out in that direction. He steals third.
That's a huge 90 feet.
Second stolen base of the inning for Spangenberg. Now can he come plateward? Two pitch to Hedges. Swing and a miss. Hedges strikes out, and we're headed for bonus baseball tonight in San Diego. Tied 4-4. San Diego, the Padres and Brewers deadlocked here 4-4. As we move to the 10th inning, Jose Torres, who had a 1-2-3 ninth inning, back out there for the 10th. And he'll be dealing with the top of the Brewers order. And Jonathan Villar, Eric Sogard, and Hernan Perez.
Well, last half inning, Donald, we saw some good old-fashioned country hardball, right? The old fastball, 97-98, and the old yacker, 12-6. Knebel ends up winning that inning.
Strike one. Villar didn't agree. I've seen Kirby Yates, Brad Hand, and Jose Torres out of the Padres pen. And reliever Perdomo went 6 innings. Fouls it off himself, and that hurt. 0-2.
Oh,
he's got that protective guard on. I think he missed it.
Doesn't matter. You know what that feels like? Go out to your garage, open up your dad's toolbox, you get a hammer.
And smack your foot with it?
Smack your foot with it. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not saying to do it.
You just said to do it.
No, I didn't. I said it's like that. That's what a foul ball off your foot feels like.
Swing and a miss, and Villar strikes out. First strikeout for Torres since coming into this game.
Well, he goes down in the zone with the breaking ball off the foot, and then he goes up the ladder with the fastball for the punchy. Ties him up as well.
13 strikeouts for Padres pitching in this game. 9 for Perdomo, 3 for Hand, and 1 for Torres so far. Here's Eric Sogard.
How about Eric Sogard going with the straight Ricky Vaughn glasses? They're not like sport glass, you know?
No.
It's like he just came from the library. Right?
Yeah, he's been wearing them a long time.
He's not wearing like the A.J. Griffin sport spectacles.
Oh, they're glasses. One with the Oakland A's before going to Milwaukee. One. In the air to deep right field for Sogard. And that is out of the yard to put the Brewers on top 5-4 in the 10th inning. Eric Sogard getting his second home run of the year. Brewers doing what they do. That's hit home runs. They lead it 5-4 in the 10th inning.
Well, as you mentioned it, Don, that's what the Brewers do. The second one of the night. Aguilar in the 6th. Now Sogard, the fastball. Torres just doesn't get it out on the outer half enough. Middle away. Sogard gets extended. Now the 65th home run of the year for the Brewers, leading the major leagues. And this is going back to the Harvey Wallbanger days, right?
Yep. Harvey Keene.
The early 80s.
Gorman Thomas.
Yeah.
Robin Yount. Ben Ogilvy.
Ted Simmons.
Cecil Cooper.
Jim Gantner.
Molitor there yet?
Paul Molitor.
Yeah. Who else you got? Anybody else? 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Good bounce back by Torres. Strikes out Perez. 2 down here in the 10th.
I think Rob Piccolo was on that team. I know Pat Dobson was the pitching coach.
Catcher was
Ted Simmons.
2 outs in the 10th. Aguilar with a big cut there.
Nice changeup from Torres.
Aguilar singled in the 4th, homered in the 6th. Action in the pen as Oliver Drake, a right-hander, up. Sogard has broken the tie here with a home run in the top of the 10th inning. Looking to the bottom of the 10th inning for the Padres, Ibar, Renfroe, and Cordoba scheduled to bat in the bottom of the 10th.
Charlie Moore.
Oh, 2. In the air to left center field. Back at the wall. It is going to be off the wall. I don't know what happened there. Aguilar is headed for third base, and the throw goes in that direction. He will be safe. Margot and Cordoba standing next to each other, and the ball lands between them off the base of the wall.
That was a perfect example of you've got it, I'll take it. Did you see the reaction of both of them when the ball hit the wall? They like looked at one another like, what's going on? Somebody's got to take charge. Somebody's got to yell, scream. This is the center fielder's ball, I believe. Manuel Margot, the center fielder, he's got to take charge. They're both going back. Look at Manuel's looking. Nobody's taking charge. Even though it's closer to Cordoba, somebody's got to take charge.
Now Santana will take strike 1. So an insurance run now 90 feet away for the Brewers here in the 10th inning.
You know, after a second look where that ball did hit, it probably was Cordoba's ball. But the bottom line is somebody's got to scream and yell.
Torres jumps ahead here 0-2. Foul will do it again. Aguilar at third base getting his lead. And he strikes him out. They leave Aguilar at third base. Well, the Padres trail by a run as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. It'll be Ibar. Renfroe will bat second and Cordoba. The Padres, we head to the bottom of the 10th inning, and a new pitcher on as the closer's already been used. So now Oliver Drake comes in, a right-hander trying to finish it off here for Milwaukee.
Interesting, because Knebel, as you mentioned, their closer. The one thing that I could just think about, maybe Craig Counsell was thinking, you know, the Padres at the top of the order. He wants his closer to face, because usually you'll save your closer for on the road, right, to close it out in the event you get that lead. Well, the Brewers do have the lead. Now it's a chance for Oliver Drake to get the save here for Milwaukee.
Time for the Orioles and Brewers. Ibar to lead it off here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Padres trailing by a run. Ibar had a single back in the second inning and a 1-for-4 night. Popped up foul off to the left out of play. And at the grass at third is Hernan Perez. Ibar showing bunt. That one gets away. Call the ball, 1-1. Drake last pitch on Friday against the Mets, a scoreless 7th inning. Was acquired from the Orioles in exchange for a player to be named later on April the 13th. He made 3 relief appearances with the Orioles before coming over to Milwaukee. Line to right field, and a base hit starts this bottom of the 10th inning. Ibar with a wide turn. He'll hold on. Now you got the power hitting Hunter Renfroe coming up.
A four-seam fastball that does absolutely nothing. And Ibar times it perfectly.
Lead runner on here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Hunter Renfroe, 1-for-3 night, doubled back in the second inning. The drive in 2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball that time, and it's 1-1. Oliver Drake, the 6th pitcher used tonight by the Brewers, pitching here in the 10th. Ball 2, 2-1. Popped up, foul back and out of play, and it evens the count at 2-2. Well, Renfroe yesterday with a 3-run home run, which put the Padres on top of the time 3-1 in Chicago against the White Sox. It was his first home run of May. Bats here with nobody out, runner at first in the bottom of the 10th inning.
Outfield playing very deep for Milwaukee.
Leadoff base hit by Aguilar started this bottom of the 10th.
Well, if he hangs a split finger, speeds up the bat of Renfroe, that could spell damage.
Oh, bounced in. Aguilar trying for second. He'll get there. Head first slide. Not sure where that got bandy, but it ended up breaking off well before the plate. Wild pitch charged to Drake.
That ball was about 15 feet. I take that back, maybe about 8 feet. On the left wrist. Just hit beyond the grass. The lip of the grass out in front of home plate.
So the tying run in scoring position with nobody out here in the 10th inning for the Padres.
They got the rally caps working.
Aguilar gets his walking lead as Renfroe digs his way in on the right side again. Renfroe to left field. Franklin going back at the track, and he's gone! Hunter Renfroe with a walk-off home run! A 2-run shot. Padres win it in 10.
Stayed on it long enough. Went down and got it. Everybody's going home happy.
Now the Padres got down a run in the top of the 10th. They win it in the bottom of the 10th inning on a 2-run shot by Hunter Renfroe and send it down to Scan.
Thanks, Don. We're here with the hero of the ball game, Hunter Renfroe. Hunter, how great does it feel to be the hero of this game and get that walk-up?
It feels pretty good. I mean, anytime you get a win and help your team, that's awesome. So glad to be able to do it.
It feels a little colder now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels good though.
You were the hero all game long. You had the double earlier in the ball game as well. Really looks like you've been swinging the bat great the last few ball games and even getting some more walks. Just more patience at the plate lately?
Yeah, just seeing the ball well. I mean, obviously had a lot of practice and doing a little extra work after everything, and just coming together for me.
What are you looking for in that situation? He throws you a 50-foot something the pitch before. Yeah, they're loading up. Get ready. Here it comes. Oh, way to take it like a man. Good job. It looked like you got a split finger there?
Yeah, just looking for something up over the plate, and I was able to stay back long enough to hit it.
Hunter, we'll let you clean up. Congratulations. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
Hunter Renfroe, here of the game, guys. Back to you.
All right, Scan, thanks very much. Congratulations to Hunter Renfroe and the San Diego Padres on a walk-off win tonight as he hits a 2-run home run, and the Padres are victorious in Game 1 of the series. What's in store, Mike Pomeranz?
Well, we're going to break down all that happened here. Take a really good close look at that Hunter Renfroe, Jack. His entire night, Luis Perdomo, and you'll hear from Andy Green in moments.